29.
28.
27.
26. 25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
Boom. 0. Guys, 9999. I love that countdown. I show it at the beginning and the end just because it's fun. I don't care whether you guys like it or not. I like it. So we got some people here already. Looks like oh wow, there's 12 people here already. I guess Jared told you all to come over. I sent Jared a link. I don't know how he's seen his meeting. The only thing I just want to wish him a happy anniversary in person. That was the whole reason. Custom EDC Knives, Daniel, your Rockstead is ready to come back to you. I just have to do some stropping and then it's ready to go back. I shot the video today. I still have to do the edit. That will be tomorrow's video. I actually got to carry and use. Hey, let's ring that bell. I found my cowbell. Found my cowbell. So yeah, we got that going. So when Jared shows up, I have something kind of special planned. Thank you very much, Jared. I appreciate it. When he shows up, because I already sent him the link, I have something special that I worked up for him. Another thing we're going to do, we are going to look at the Spyderco 2022 product guide. We're going to look at all the hideous knives that they have planned to come out this year. There are actually a couple in there that I don't dislike horribly. I still dislike them, just not as horribly as some of the others. We're going to do that. And I have a product right here that is on the studio cam that I am going to unbox. It came directly from a company. It was an unsolicited. I did not reach out to this company. They asked me if I wanted to review one of their products. I said yes. They had like 3 or 4 products. Their outdoor gear is not a knife. We're going to open that up here in just a little bit. But I want to get wishing Jared and Kara happy Valentine's out of the way. Who else is here? Guys, if you are one of my paying members, please go check the community tab. I don't want to just put it up here. I opened up basically what is the equivalent to Discord. I just refuse to use Discord. I want to start and work my way to alt tech as much as possible. YouTube still pays me. That's why I'm still here. I already set up a Rumble channel. I have a Gilded server that I started for the paying members. I am going to make a separate server for everyone else, but the Crazy Sharp clan, is that what I call it? Crazy Sharp crew? I can't remember what I called it, is only for the paying members. So that, and I invited a couple people that are not paying members that have YouTube channels. I invited Jim Skelton. I invited Zach from Zach Stuff. I invited Jared and Tri-State. I'm probably going to get a hold of Bees and send him an invite as well. Some of the creators that you guys might want to interact with, and that's something where you guys can interact directly with myself, the other paying members, and stuff like that. So that is a benefit I set up for you guys. I am going to set up a server later once I see how this all works and see about the moderation thing for everybody else, but that's not going to be where I spend as much time. I'm going to spend most of the time in the paying members section. It's going to get crazy. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. It's not censored. If you have political views, you want to put them out there, I don't care. The only reason I don't do it here on YouTube is it starts fights and I have to moderate that, and I just don't want it. And then the last little announcement before we start getting into stuff, and while we're waiting on Jared, I am doing a giveaway this month. I did not do one for the members last month. This is what the members are getting. I have something else. Hey, cue ball. Let me get this out of the way first. How's the audio, guys? By the way, I'm wearing the lapel mic. I have not gotten it figured out what I'm going to give as the general giveaway, but I am giving this away to the paying members. This is the Sirius in AR RPM 9 black G10 with copper pivot collars. This is what I'm giving away to the paying members. I will be doing that. If you're a paying member, you need to get on the Discord, well, on the Gilded server, because that's where I'm going to announce the winner. I will get that all figured out. I will probably still shoot a video for the paying members and give it to them, but I'm going to do the announcement on there so that way I have more than one way to get a hold of the paying members. I would like to have all the paying members, Kay Mason, Walt Gilbert, all you guys. Well, I apologize. Somehow Walt got blocked. I think I was trying to block someone and Walt may have dropped in. I'm going to be much more careful. If any of you guys that are paying members, if you got blocked and you feel like it was blocked by accident, just shoot me an email. I'll take a look at it and see what happened. I think I know what happened. Walt had made a comment, then one of the bots dropped a porn link and I blocked that account and it basically accidentally blocked Walt. I apologize, Walt, but we got to figure it out. Walt got in touch with me. So like I said, this is the members giveaway. I'll be announcing that. I will still do a members only video for that. And I will make the announcement on the Gilded server to let everybody know who won. On the Gilded server, you guys all have access to drop. I think you can drop videos, you can drop pictures and stuff like that. So there we go. That's the announcements. So what do you guys want to do first? You want to do the unscheduled unboxing? This down here? I don't know how clear it's going. How do we get the Gilded thing? Okay, you guys, if you're paying members, you need to go to the community tab often. Anything that I post up that's exclusive content or benefits for you guys, it goes to the community tab. So you go to my YouTube channel, you go to the main channel, you see the community tab, and you go down and there should be a link. It's the last post I made. I can't post it here because if I post the link here, everybody has access. This is just for the paying members. So that's how we're going to do it. So, man, it is warm out here in the garage. It is 74 degrees out here this morning. So that's how I'm going to handle that. That's just another perk for the paying members. If they have their own server, there's already 12 of them there. Nathan's there. Q-Ball, you need to join in as well. Go follow that link that I have in the community tab, and it'll take you to the server. You can put your name in. I'd like to see you guys put your actual, your usernames here. Lindy Lou, what's up, Lindy? I'd like to see you guys put your actual YouTube name so I know who you are. But if not, just make sure we know who you are when you come in. That way we're not like interloper, because that Crazy Sharp Crew, I think is how I have it. Well, I don't have my phone right here. That's how we're going to do it. So that we know that everybody there is paying member. Yeah, so that's it. What do you guys want to do first? You want to do the unboxing? Spitfire, another one of my paying members. He's already in the Gilded server. He already signed up. And in case you guys didn't know, Spitfire, my friend Josiah, Jarhead there, writes for a it's an article, but it's also in print, right? It's not just well, we're all attention horse. If we weren't, we wouldn't make comments and we wouldn't have channels. Addicted to Knives. What's going on? Nothing much. So yeah, we're going to do a lot of stuff. I want to try and get Task and Purpose. So he writes articles for Task and Purpose. He just did a video of, I think we can take this out. He just did a video about EDC knives. He mentioned my Sea Snake, which I appreciate. It was a really good write-up. A lot of good knives in that article. And I put a link to it because he doesn't ever mention it. So I put a link to it in the Gilded server. So if you're a paying member, you can go in there, you can find that, scroll up and find it. You can read that article. So back to what I was saying. What do you guys want to look at first? Do you want to open this up, the thing down here, so we can see what that is? That won't take very long. Let's just go ahead and do that. So we're going to add this to the stream, kind of make it big. Now, just keep in mind, I'm not going to be able to see if Jared pops up. So if he shows up, I'm not going to be able to. What's in the box? It's not knife related, but it is outdoor and gear related. Let me get this thing opened up. So a company called Hatchet Hawk asked me if I wanted to review one of their products. Hope I'm not blocking this. And I said, sure. And I wasn't sure what they were going to send me. Then they told me what they were sending me. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. This is a portable power bank, portable power station. Man, that plastic is tough because this is a sharp knife. It's a 300-watt portable power station. Let's go ahead and get into it. I know it's not charged yet, but we're going to unbox this and see. I am going to take this out camping and test it. So first thing first, nice little strap harness, a couple power cords, a USB-C cord. That'll come in handy. I can charge my computer with it. Power bank. And then inside here, we got the, let me look. Is this actually in focus? Focus. There we go. So this is the actual item. Oh, crap. So this is a, I read it. It's an 8,000 milliamp battery, basically battery bank. Yeah, it's not. They said it was not going to be sent charged. So at any rate, this thing's 80,000 milliamps, 300 watts maximum. So it's going to be something I test. I'm going to take it out on a camping trip. Does have a spot for an actual 110 volt up to 300 watt outlet for you to be able to like plug in a heater and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and come back. So there we go. We're done with that. Move that. There we go. So that's pretty cool. What was this? Hocus Pocus Focus? Let's see the knife. Put it down here. So this is that Kubi. First day in pocket was yesterday. A lot of people are calling this the budget Arius. I don't see it. Maybe the blade shape's a little similar, but the handle is definitely different. Way different. The pocket clip on this sucks. Somebody told me that Jared actually, it does. So you can actually charge it. Here we go. Did it say something about solar charging? Yes, you can actually hook up power station or solar panels to it. And that, so from what I understand, I watched a couple other videos, Cole. It's like, I think they said 3 hours with the included power supply. 4 hours if you're using on I'm sorry, 6 hours if you're doing on a 12 volt, like in a car, like if you're driving, you got it plugged into like a cigarette lighter. 6 hours, I think is what it said. So let's see here. Sid 1, that'd be great for camping. That's the thing. I'm going to go on a camping trip with my buddy Tino, who actually was going to be here tonight. And we literally forgot today was Wednesday. So it says that they don't ship them charged because of, just the thing that it's better for them not to charge. So I'm going to get that charged up. I'll do a first day, just test. I watched a video, guy set it up. He ran power tools off of it, powered all of his studio lights and computer and everything. And then it still had enough power that he ran a TV and charged two iPads, and it still was like 15 or 20% charge. Like he ran it forever. The only thing is, like, if you hook it to like an actual like power saw or something, it hit the 300 watt criteria real quick, and it resets. It shuts off and then it resets. But yeah, so it's got a light here. It's got a USB-C. It's got a couple of the like 9 volt or 12 volt 3 amp post type plugs. It's got a couple USB there. It's got an actual cigarette lighter attachment. If you've got anything that runs off a cigarette lighter, you can charge it. And then it has an actual outlet. So it's not heavy either. It's really, really light. I was surprised when I pulled it out. So battery capacity on this, 80,000 milliamps, 3.6 volts, 288 watts. Car charger output is 12 volt, 6 amp. Type C output is 60 watt. So yeah, I mean, it's all on here. It's got an AC output, 110 volts, 60 hertz, 300 watts. Yeah, so like I said, they reached out to me and they're like, hey, we watched a couple of your videos and they were like, it's not a knife, but would you like to test one of our products? I didn't even know what it was. And I was like, I'm always down to test products. And I told them, you know, like really, if I don't like it, it's gonna, I don't give a crap if a company provides me something free. If it's shit, then it gets a bad review. So, well, I don't know if Jared's coming in. So if he does, I had something prepared for them. So I don't know if Jared, I sent Jared a link. I don't know if he's going to try and come in or not. So the big factor to me with those power banks, power stations, after you charge it, does it hold that charge for 3 months? Few do, and many don't. This apparently will hold it for like, I think that the guy said that like in his review after use, he said that it was, I think he said that it held its charge like pretty stable for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. So nothing, bud. Did you get your razor? Did you get your razor yet? Because it shipped. It went out beginning of the week. But you know, I got word from one customer. I got word from one customer. He had already got his knives, but he was in California. So yeah. Well, guys, like I said, the plan also is for us to take a look at this catalog. Yeah, I shipped it earlier in the week. I don't think they're 18650s. I think they're 27 somethings. Somebody told me that it's not 18650s, it's 27 somethings. But the cool thing is it has these grommets on the side, and they're leather. These are like little leather eyelets that you can hook the thing to. You just carry this. It's 21,700, something like that. Yeah, somebody told me that's what they were. So I finally have adult beverages. Doctor was like, hey, yeah, 18650s have a tendency to, they like to catch on fire. That's fire. So let's see here. What is this? Ordered a gripper, had to buy something else because I only had one. I got to get the gripper. I got to get that gripper. Cole, you need to send me that gripper. Yeah, Snuzz, you need to get in. Snuzz, you haven't joined the Gilded server yet. So I sent Cole. Cole, I sent you an invite because I thought it would be cool to have a couple other creators in this closed loop thing that I've got going for my paying members. So I invited Jim Skelton, I invited Zach, I invited Jared, and I invited you. And there's a couple other people I'm going to invite just because I thought it would be cool for my paying members to just have all of us in one chat and we could all see it and there'd be responses. And, you know, just stuff. I mean, it doesn't, it's free. And then I'm going to set one up generally for everyone to play in, but I have one that is set up. It was just a little Benny, another Benny for the paying members. So back to this, all the boxing and stuff that came in. The big box that it came in, this thing is comfortable to cut with. Way more comfortable. Like everybody's like, cool, it's a budget Arius. No, because the Arius doesn't feel good in my hand. I like knowing my Goal Zero lantern and power stations fully charged for many, many months. Here's the thing. It has a readout on it. I can just check it. I'll just check it and make sure. I'll just check it and make sure that that it's charged to where I want. You guys ready to start doing this? You guys ready to start looking at the horrible, horrible things that are going to be available from Spyderco? What's this? Hey, HPV Diva. Where's Polly when I need him? Hey, what's up? Diva, I haven't seen you for a while. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go grab my phone real quick. Hey, it's this guy. All right, give me a second. I'm actually sweating. I want to take off this sweatshirt. Oh, no. You know what? Screw it. It'll start cooling down. Where's Pauline? I talked to Polly. Polly's been, Polly's busy. Polly's busy, he's trying to find a new baby mama and all that stuff, I don't know where Polly's at, but I'll ring that bell. All right, let's go ahead and bring this up. Okay, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Why won't this? Hang on a second. There we go. So this is what we're going to do. Now, keep in mind, I have to go to the actual. So this is the 2022 Spyderco product guide. It is 216 pages. We're going to look at it. We're going to. No, stop it. Now look at this. Well, that's disappointing. This is not a good live stream to fall asleep to. That's disappointing. Hang on just a second. I'll figure out what's going on here. Let's reboot that. Why am I not getting? There we go. There we go. There we go. So here is there. We'll go ahead and make this full screen ish. So you got the Endura. I'm going to go over to the actual catalog. God, they're horrible. So the Endura is the only one of the Spyderco knives that I have historically owned a bunch of. I do like the Endura series knives. They're good knives. They're really useful. Probably one of the most ergonomically comfortable knives. You do have some. I do have to say that they have probably the best options on the market with that knife in a lockback. You've got all 4 points where your pocket clip can go, or you could take it clear off. So the Endura has historically been one of my favorite knives. So there we are. So this is they call these the signature series. So you got a couple different versions of it in here. So, I mean, this is the whole thing. This is what irritates me is you see all this. You see all that? You see all those colors and stuff? No one cares. Make a knife. Make a knife. It's not trading cards. Collect them all. No. Make a knife. Yeah, you can make some different handles, but like blue, green, black, red, orange, purple, and then they give out and it was like, oh, well, we can do those colors in 6 different steels, and some people collect all of them. And I'm like, that's dumb. So these are still part of the Endura series. You got trainers, you got some custom ones with titanium Damascus, stainless steel, a trainer, an ugly serrated Warncliffe. Then you have your Delica series. None of this has changed. I don't see anything new. Let's see if we can find it. The Endella. I don't know really how I feel about the Endella. That's a okay looking knife, but it seems to me like that might be. I mean, it just looks small. It looks like an Endura with a smaller blade. That's what it looks like to me. Hey man, trainers, got to train like you fight. This is the blue line series, thin blue line series. I'm not seeing a lot of blue on these. I don't know if you guys are. Oh, okay, I see it. The backspacer's blue. Way to go, guys. Are these more expensive? And I'm going to tell you right now, prices on these are ridiculous. I'm not even trying to look at prices on these. The Spyderco knives have just gotten nuts. So here we are. We are how many pages in? We are 23 pages in. 23 pages in. And it's the same shit I saw on page 3. It's all the same. Spyderco. Man, you're just killing me. All right, back to this. Let's keep going. We're going to keep going until we see something new. The Police, actually really good model. I like the Police. I like the fact that they now have the lightweight series, and they have one in K390, which if they don't screw up their heat treat, if they don't screw up your heat treat, I'm going to tell you right now, K390 is great. I sharpened a Spyderco in K390. That stuff is wear resistant. What do we got here? I'm trying to keep up with the No Mojos here. So I'm trying to keep up on the chat as well. Pretty colors. That's the only thing they got going for them, Cole. Where'd it go? Pretty colors. Yep, that's it. Will you also cover the reveal V9? I don't even know what we're talking about. I have no idea what that even means. That's how little I pay attention to what's going on in Spyder. I love the Spyderco Police series, mainly because it's just a big Endura, and I do like the Endura. I don't like any of these. We can just go ahead. The Stretch. Spyderco. The Stretch. Seriously? Come on. Come on. That's hideous. Hideous. I have no idea. Fully serrated blades remind me of the Alligator King song on Sesame Street. I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back here. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Rock Jumper, hideous. The Stretch 2, actually, not so bad. That's a good looking blade shape. I will say that's a good looking blade shape. You can just set that and I'll take it. Oh, okay. You want to open the door? I don't want to have to smell it. I'm actually working out here. My wife just brought a bag of trash in and I was like, oh, you just leave it. And she's like, dog poop's in there. I was like, why don't you put it outside? I'm busy. So, let's see here. Cole likes the rock jumper. Does not surprise me. Does not surprise me. Cincinnati. Let's go ahead. View the catalog. So I actually don't dislike these. The Civilian's actually a really good knife. I have a Matriarch 2 that I got for my wife. My knife case is over there, but I got one for my wife. She doesn't carry it. She's scared of it. And then when you get into these ones with the Emerson Wave feature, stupid. Don't like the Emerson Wave feature. It doesn't work as reliably as a lot of people think. It's marketed as something that he's like, I made a blade catcher for knife fighting. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. No one asked for that. No one wanted it. You screwed up. Ugh. These are not attractive, but I will tell you that they are a very, very good tool for self-defense if you're not good. The Harpy, no. The Cricket, fucking why? Dragonfly, fly away. Don't like it. Look at that. That is ridiculously. The only thing, hey, look, check this out. I wish I had a picture of Cole's knife. I wish I had a picture of Cole's knife because that is Cole's knife without the big ring on the back. That's all that is. And it's fucking ugly. Tell me I'm wrong. That looks like Cole's knife without the ring. Hideous. Hideous. Hawkbill is an amazing blade shape. But that one that they had was not. That Cricket, it's not a good looking knife. Serves very little purpose. So 32 pages in, 32 and 33, and we really haven't seen anything that, except the Endura and the Police, that is worth a crap. That's even closer. The Dragonfly, look at that. The Dragonfly 2 with the Emerson Wave feature. Look at that, Cole. They rebranded your knife. They rebranded your knife with that wave feature. That's all it is. An unquestionable masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. So I don't like these. Especially don't like this one. The Dragonfly 2 with the Warncliffe blade. These are hideous. Horrible. I'm afraid to ever look up the prices on these because I've seen the prices of some of these knives. US made. Don't like any of these. Those are ugly. Okay, now we're getting into some stuff. The paramilitary 2 and 3. I do like the paramilitary 2. I do like it. If I was going to get a Spyderco knife, it would be the Para 2, and it would probably be in that CPM 4V or whatever it is. That's a good knife. I've had a few of them come in. The Para 3, it's why it's horrible. Horrible. I do like the Para 2. Para 2 is a good looking knife. And I've had them in hand. I've had them in. They're really, really good. But then again, Cue Ball just nailed it. They're not worth $200. They're suspect a lot of times. They have blade play. They have fucking lock rock. They have the pivot. The pivot's loose. 4V. That's what it was. M4. I can't remember what it was. I had one come in for sharpening. It was really great. No, I don't agree. I do not agree with you because that pocket clip takes up the entire handle there, Cue Ball. I don't remember what it was. I've done one in S110. I'd take one in S110. I can't. Yes, if you're going to give it to me, I can't afford to buy it. I'm about to get violated by the IRS because we sold that house this year. I have to do my taxes, and we're going to take it into. We're going to take it into. You know where we're going to take it. Chaz, I like sharper. So these are good. These are good. I don't dislike these. Paramilitary 2, really good knife. Paramilitary 2. Yeah, I don't dislike these. I don't like the camouflage so much. Like I wouldn't get the camo ones. But then there's the Para 3. And we can just skip those because they're horrible. And then you got the military model, which I do like, but I think I would take the Paramilitary 2. I think I'd take the Para 2 over the military. It's a good looking knife. It's just pretty big. So I don't like the blade is kind of out of proportion for the handle on the Para 3 Shake T. I'm not a big fan of that weird blade to handle ratio, and the blade's really stubby and short, and I definitely would take a Para 2 over it. So let's go ahead and hide that so we got more room on here. All right, let's back to the catalog. Military, yeah, I dig that. I don't mind that, the all black one. That's S30V though. Not a fan of S30V. I'd like to have it in something else. Then you get into the natives. Not a real big fan of a native. I had one of the natives when they first came out. Let's look up here. Yeah, this is the model I had right here. No, I did not have the little native. I had the native 5. I had this one in XHP, and I didn't like it all that much. I don't like these natives as much as I thought I would. They have one that, as I'm scrolling through, they're all the same. There you go. The Native Chief. Cole and I were talking about this one. I like that. The Native Chief is good. And I do have to take off the sweatshirt. So hang on just a second. You guys probably can hear a lot of awful noises. I'm going to turn the microphone off for a second so you guys don't have to hear me rustling around with a t-shirt or sweatshirt. Oh, it's so much better. We don't have to see him or hear him. So yeah, I like this Native Chief. That's a good looking knife right there. I like that. It's a little bit more slender. It's more stretched out. Looks like it would fit my hand a little bit better. I want to try one. And these are in S30. And then that just brings me back to, I'm not a fan of S30. I don't really like it. You got the Shaman. They have the Manix 2. I actually have a Manix 2 here at the house that might wind up being for sale. Not sure yet. Polly's here. Hey, buddy. How you doing? This is what I was, so Jared, I don't think Jared's coming. I wanted him to hop in. That was the whole point because I set something up for Jared. This was the plan, was when Jared came in, I wanted to say happy anniversary, Jared and Kara. But he didn't come in, so. We'll go back to this. That was the plan. Could you guys even see it? What is this? Oh, Polly. Yeah, Polly, did you see HPV Diva is here? No, it's fine. That was the whole plan. Okay, so what? It's the thought that counts. So yeah, there we go. So there's those. What are we getting into? So these are the Mannix. I don't like the Mannix 2. I don't know what it is. It just feels kind of weird in my hand. I have them here. The Mannix 2 XL. I haven't got to see one of those. Okay, now we get into their weird stuff. So these are very, very purpose-driven knives. What the hell? Where'd that go? What the hell happened? So those are very purpose-driven knives. I don't know what happened. I bumped something. Very purpose-driven knives. They're all ugly, really hideous. So not a fan of these. A lot of times they do these in a weird steel. Do they still use that steel? What is this in? VG10. VG10 is a good steel. I like VG10. VG10, VG10, VG10. They're all in VG10. H1 is, do they still, okay, this is the one I was curious about. Are they still using an H1 steel? No, LC200N. Much better choice. Their old H1 steel was horrible. Didn't want to sharpen, didn't want to take an edge. It was soft at best. It was like trying to sharpen an MTEC. Just hideous. So we're almost halfway through the catalog. Almost halfway through. It won't let me share it, Polly. I don't know why. It won't let me share it to the thing. But I sent Polly and I showed it one time. I don't even have it anymore. You have to send it back to me. I deleted it because it was, well, you sent it to me, and most things you send to me wind up in my garbage bin, like that knife did. Salt series. The whole thing with the Salt series is supposed to be really. Oh yeah. Then we get into this stuff. That is the most hideous line of knives right there. Horrible. Just horrible. Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know what? I would rather have a heat hardened steel than work hardened. Like, oh, it work hardens. I'm like, when? Fucking when? When does H1 steel work harden? These are I think most of these are an LC200N as well. Let's go and look. Yeah, LC200N, LC200N. This Caribbean, that's, I mean, on top of everything else, really, on top of everything else, just look at the handle. They're horrible. Horrible. Let me save you the trouble. It's horrible. Yeah, they are beyond ugly. And I mean, they're ridiculous. These knives, some of these knives are ridiculously expensive. And then this Spidey Chef, that's disappointing. And I've never had one that was sharpened at the heel. Usually like when you get one of those Spidey Chefs, like there's about a finger width at the very heel that just isn't sharp. It's like you look at it and like, did they even look at that? Did I know HPV was a stripper? No, tell you the truth, didn't care. Guys, you know why dating a stripper is like eating a bag of chips in church? Everyone's going to turn around and look at you disapprovingly for rattling that bag of chips in church. But you know deep down inside, they want some of those fucking chips. So I'm not a fan of the Spidey Chef. It's not a design that appeals to me. I mean, I know a lot of people like them. It's just not one I like. And then you've got the Pacific Salt, which is basically, this is just a yellow-handled Endura, another Endura. These are just done. These are basically just Enduras that are done in, see, still H1 steel. So not only is it ugly. Oh, wait. I forgot to bring you guys back. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot to bring us back. I just noticed. So let's go back. So what I was saying is, yeah, these are in H1. So not only what is this, these are just ugly Enduras. These are just like, I'm not a fan of the Spidey Chef. And I don't know if you guys can see that from about there. It's just not sharp. None of them have ever, I've never seen one that came that way. The Caribbean are famous for, they have a little hole, they have a little tube in their lanyard hole. They're famous for, no joke, I've had to fix this on a bunch of people's knives. And I have had so many people that had to send me their knife because they can't get that tube out. And I had to take the tube out because the knife would, the Caribbeans especially, the knife will go closed and it will hit the lanyard tube, that brass lanyard tube. And you can just see it. And it just, I'm like, there's already a hole. Like if you're going to have a lanyard, you need the tube. But that lanyard tube, basically the knives were slamming shut on them and hitting the tube. And it was causing a dull spot on the blade. So then you get to this. Like I said, there's some of their Spydercos I like. Like these are not unattractive. These are just basically a different version of the Endura. Unfortunately, like I said, the H1 steel is just, it's pot metal. I mean, it's horrible. Like I've never had a knife in H1 steel. I've never had a knife in H1 steel that did well in any cutting. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but now you just basically have uglier versions of a knife you already made. So they're calling these Pacific Salt. Why not just say H1 Endura? I mean, it's the same knife. More H1 steel. They're horrible. And then they just keep getting worse. They just keep getting uglier. Look at all that. Have to take a break. I got to take a break for a second. We got to take an intermission. Whew. There has to be some better looking knives further on. Like I said, there were some good ones at the front, like that what was it? The Native Chief and some of the other stuff. Like those are good looking. I love the Enduras. I like that police lightweight. I just gotta give me a second to center myself. What's everybody else carrying? Let's take a little intermission. We don't want to burn through this too fast. I got a lot of crazy random energy. I still have to do a bunch of editing here in a little bit. What's everybody carrying right now, by the way? Oh, that's interesting. I'm actually carrying 3 knives right now. I have not decided if I'm giving that away yet. Jake Hopkins. Jake, I don't know if you saw it. There is a membership, basically like Discord that I set up. There's a link to it in the community tab on the homepage that's specifically just for the paying members. If you want to get into the Discord and hang out and talk with us, I sent an invite to Jim Skelton, Zach, Jared, and Tri-State so that they can hang out there as well. It's just a little extra benefit. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. We've been having fun with it. So same thing with you, Yoda. Go check it out. Actually, Yoda, I can send you the link. What was it? What did you say, Tri-State? I got the MBKs on loan, the Old Guard, and the XLC Integral. I think I saw them both. Yeah, I love most of the Monterey Bay knives because, well, I like Ray Laconico's designs, and most of their knives are Ray's designs. I think pretty much most of them are. They're great. I love the Monterey Bay knives. They're great. They're clean. They're well done. The designs are great. It's great. It's not a Discord. It's called Gilded, but it's basically the same. I refuse just because I don't like to get into politics and stuff here. I will do it on the Discord or on the Gilded server, but I don't like Discord's policies. So I chose not to use Discord. I went with Alt Tech. Same reason I set up a Rumble channel. I wanted to support Alt Tech. And plus I want to have an option. So basically every video I post here is also available on Rumble. If you guys don't follow me on Rumble, I'd appreciate it. It would help me get it off the ground. So yeah, Havoc, you're right. You're right. Monterey Bay knives are beautiful. So, all right. You guys want to go back to this? And go back to it? All right. So this Pacific Salt series, this whole Pacific Salt series is just, I don't get them. I just don't get it. And then, okay, so we're going to get into some of their specialty stuff. Now, I do like a couple of these. I'm not going to lie. I like the Bradley 2. That Bradley folder, the Bradley 2 is a good looking knife. I've gotten to handle one. It's really comfortable. It's a really nice knife. I like it. It's one of those ones that out of character, I'm like, if I had the money, I would definitely buy that knife. Yeah, I've been seeing it left and right. Actually, Jeremy at the Quartering is the one that keeps recommending it. And so I messaged him on his server and he responded back. He's like, yeah, just get with Gilded. The fact that he just even responded was pretty cool. He's got like 1 million subscribers. Manganus Steel is here, guys. Where'd he go? Wow, there's a bunch of 76 people here. Yo. So I'm going to bring this up full screen. Maybe, is there a way to zoom in on this? No, it's basically, it is what it is. So we can just go ahead and go back to that. So maybe I can zoom in. So this blade shape is great. And it's an M4, really, really good steel. It's a hollow grind. It's really comfortable. I've gotten to handle one of these. They're really, really comfortable. I do like this one. I'm not a fan really of the pocket clip. When you look at the pocket clip, it's another one of those big, long Spyderco pocket clips. I'm not a fan of the pocket clip, but the nice thing is you can get replacement pocket clips for this. And this what is it? The Voltron subhilt. It's a good looking knife. I just don't know. It does have that weird grind on it where the edge comes up. So, but it's an S30V. Not a bad looking knife. I don't know how I feel about that one. It is attractive, but I would have to definitely handle one before I made a decision. But yeah, you guys are right. The Bradley is really, really nice. The Bradley 2 is an amazing knife. Yeah, I handled it a couple times. I wish I had money to get one. If anybody wants to get me a birthday present in August, that would work. That or that Native Chief. I don't know. I'd like to try that. All right, let's keep going here. I think it's a liner lock, but we can zoom in and I can tell you it's pretty easy. It's a liner lock and it's an M4. So what do we got next? Then you get into, some weirdness. So like that, I don't know. I don't know about these ones. Man, I don't know. Oh, all right, let's go ahead and go in here. So this is that Subvert. I don't like that at all. I have gotten to see one of those. I mean, just, it's hideous. It's hideous. The ROC. Why? Why this? Why this like this? Why? Why you do this? Why? The Yojimbo is not a bad knife. It's not a knife for me, but it is definitely a comfortable knife. The Yojimbo 2 and the Yojimbo 2 is a really good knife. It is comfortable. It's just, I don't like it. I just don't like it as much as I would to buy one. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's another one of those knives that is so thin at the tip that I would be afraid to use. Like my Matriarch 2. That tip is so thin and fragile. I'd just be afraid with the stuff I do. That's why I was kind of hesitant when I did the Sea Snake about making it that thin. I was kind of like, yeah, do I really need it that thin? Hang on a second, guys. I got to go shut this off. I'll be right back. You guys can still hear me, but before I burn this up. Don't need that camera anymore. So, yeah, the Yojimbo is not one I like, and I don't like the Yojimbo as well. Like, they're just not that they're not good knives, not that they're not attractive, not that they're not well made. These are actually another one of those knives that is on their catalog that I'm like, okay, I get why people like them. I can get behind that. The action on them is always great. They are a little too fragile when you look at how hollow they are. It's super hollow. They slice really, really well, but just not something that I would carry as an EDC. Then you got the trainers. Then you have the Yojimbo. Yeah, and you guys have probably seen those. Those are all those are both just larger versions. Oddly, you would think that because I have really big hands that I would be more drawn to the Yojimbo. I actually find the Yojimbo more comfortable in my hand than the Yojimbo. I mean, it's don't get me wrong, it's another one that's a really, really good knife. It's so slicey. The Canis is actually a knife that I got to handle because I sharpened one, and it is a pretty good knife. This is another one of those knives that I'm like, okay, the Canis. Unfortunately, the one I did that came from my friend, he was carrying it as a self-defense knife. It was not very sharp. Like, it was really not very sharp. No, I don't want that. It's a Kelly McCain design. It is a pretty good knife. It's nice and light. It has a unique look, and it's pretty comfortable in hand. Oh, I meant to zoom that back out. So that handle is really comfortable. That seahorse looking handle. It reminds me of seahorse, and I'm like, that's weird, but it's really, really comfortable. So I thought about that. I thought maybe if I had a finger choil in it, it would be better. Like, I'd be happier about it, but I don't know. So let's go back. Let's see what's next. The Pikal, that's kind of a specialty knife. Like, that's like, if you're into Pikals and you're into martial arts like that, and you're into those, that's probably a good self-defense knife. It's pretty much like, if you guys watched the live feed I did with Bobby DeMarco, he's big into the Pikal knives. It's just one of those things, like, it's kind of a natural reach out and grab and cut. That I can get behind. It's just not a knife. It's not a knife I would want, because it's so single purpose that I just don't see it being, I don't see it being something I would carry or use. It's just really one purpose, very, very one dimensional. So, the Hawk, I don't like that really weird blade to handle ratio. I wish this was a little bit deeper, but this is not a bad karambit. It's still better than an Emerson Super Karambit. Still, my money, the best karambit on the market is the incisor, the Wii incisor. It's just great. I carry it when I go crappy places and stuff like that. This one, not as good, but still not a bad karambit. It is a lockback, and it does have an Emerson wave. And you have restricted. I don't know what the restricted is. What is this? The Coast Guard for cutting tools, demand on missioners, especially. Oh, because they're automated. So this is automatic knives. These are Spyderco Autos, push button autos. So, I mean, that's cool that they're making them. I don't like any of these blade shapes or designs. What's the steel on these? H1. So I imagine these are expensive. and they're in a crappy steel. But like I said, the flip side of it is it's really, really, H1 really is rust resistant. It really is rust resistant. Stacy, we started basically a Discord. I don't know if you saw it. Go to the community tab on my main YouTube page and go to the community tab, and there's a link to all the paying members for that. So these are some more of those. Let me see. What's the steel on these? Are these LC200N? So that's something that's better. I'm not gonna lie though. What is this? How does this work? The Janus song. Oh, never mind. This is that weird. It's a good looking knife till you realize that it's just a. It's a really good knife till you. It's a good looking knife until you realize that it's basically a less effective balisong. I'm like, but why? But why though? Yeah, now that's kind of cool looking. I'm not gonna lie. The small fly 2, not a bad looking knife. Not a bad looking knife at all. That's a good looking blade. Those are interesting handles. And sometimes interesting is just enough to keep me on track with something that might be something that's out of character for me. Sort of like this. This is kind of out of character for me. Like it's skinny little handle, broad little blade. It does feel, once you get used to it, it's comfortable, but this is just weird enough that I dig it, and the action on it is great. Yeah, it's not Discord. It's a completely different thing. I don't use Discord. I don't like their practices. So that's why we have a Discord or a alt tech version of it. So yeah, this is just interesting and weird enough to be up my alley. That's a good blade. That's a good blade shape on that. And it just looks interesting. And then we get into flippers. So we're about halfway. We're almost halfway. So the amalgam. It's amalgam. CPM S30V. Not a bad looking blade on that. I do have to say the smock. I mocked the smock until I had my buddy Tino's in for sharpening, and I sharpened it and I was messing around with it. And I was like, I still don't like it, but I do have to say it is really, really comfortable. Mike grew a green fro. Have I shown the polywog yet? I don't know. It may have. Is it ugly? Then I probably have. Who knows? There's so many ugly knives in this catalog, and we're only halfway done. I'm not a fan of S30V, but I do have to say, as much as I still don't like the knife. I still don't like the smock. But I have to say, it is really comfortable, and I don't know why. This one, I don't like at all. I'm not a fan of this Ikuchi. S30V, it's compression lock, really thin. I guarantee it's a really good slicer. I'm curious about this one, but this is one of those knives that I'm pretty sure is going to be in that like really, really weird angle in your hand. That is. I guarantee I'm not going to like that. It is interesting looking though. Like, oh crap, I did it. How's that keep happening? Like, why does it keep disconnecting it? Hang on. Technical difficulties. So yeah, Both of these ones here, I can't get behind. Like the amalgam and the smock, I'm good with. Like these two here, like I wouldn't really, like I wouldn't pay money, but if like, oh, come on. If somebody was to give me one, like, hey, I can't, like, I can't sell it. I don't want it. I wouldn't like turn it down, but I also would not spend my money for it. The, this one, I think if given a chance, I would probably buy that if it was in a different steel. I'm a fan of the compression lock. It's a good lock. Don't know. What did they jack up their prices for now for the smock? I got mine the day they dropped on Blade HQ. They have just jacked their prices up on everything. They've went from a let's produce a quality product to like let's see how much money we can suck out of our customers before they realize they're crappy. Then this one, you have the Tropin. No Spyderco, bad Spyderco. As I roll up a newspaper because it shit on the living room carpet. That is hideous. Let's unpack this a little bit. Fucking why? And if you look, this is the part. This is the part that gets everyone. That's the edge of the knife right there. That's your lock. That's the blade. That's your lock. That's the blade. I don't know if you guys can see that real clearly. No, you can't because I need to put it in full screen. So yeah, let me go back so I can move the cursor. That is the edge of the blade. And that is your compression lock right there. What were you thinking, Spyderco? Like, do you want to get sued? Like, oh, I cut the shit out of my finger. How? I was unlocking the blade. Wow, I don't believe you. Did you see it? Like the sharpened edge of that blade sticks out at the line at the compression lock. Like Spyderco, use your head. It's not just a place to put a hat. I'm gonna need another beer for this. Okay, so now we're getting into a couple that I like. I like the Paisan and I like the Capara. I like both of those two middle knives. I really do. I haven't got to handle a Capara yet. I have got to handle a Paisan. It's the Paisan. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too big. I dig it. It's not a bad knife. It is a really decent knife. The Capara, I have not got to handle yet. And I'm like, that's a good looking knife. Now I know that Cole, you've got the Drunken, right? And it's basically a Spidey chef. I mean, that's basically a Spidey chef with a better handle. I still don't think I would like it, but that's not that bad. I could see that being better, but like the Capara, that's a good looking knife. I just wish it was in a different steel. Look at that compression lock. I don't like these pocket clips though. They're really wiggly. I don't like these wider clips. Like if I was going to get a pocket, as much as I dislike the pocket clip on the Paisan, I would rather have that than that. What? So, okay. So when did Spyderco knives start getting so freaking expensive? $510. I paid that for basically a handmade, American-made mid-tech. I don't want to get into it. That's Jesus. That is ridiculous. $500 for a Spyderco. That's like wiping before you poop. It don't make no goddamn sense. I mean, I know people like Spyderco knives and shit, but $510 for a Spyderco? Like I wouldn't. In S30V, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay more for a steel that I don't like. No, I just like if they had. So everybody's like, Spyderco has so many different steels, and they do all these sprint runs, different steels. Now, how come the knives that I would want are always in that shit S30V? I hate S30V. I don't like it. I know a lot of people do. It's ridiculous. And then you got these. These are just, guys, really? This? What in the actual... Have to take a break. I can't look at that for a second. Have you ever seen something and looked at it and thought to yourself, I have to look away because I possibly could go insane? Feed jack and gearbox on a 3-inch 50 gun system was like that. Like it'd get out of alignment and you would open it up. You'd open the top housing and look down into it. And it was just a gear train that went from top to bottom. Drive gear went at the bottom and the output was on the top. And it was just like, it looked like somebody had taken a box and just poured gears into it. You would open it up. And they said the guy that designed it was in an insane asylum. And I believe it, because you take the top off of it, you look down in it, and you're like, I can't look at that right now. I'm going to go fucking nuts. I can't look at that. I'm going to go back to it. Okay. Here we go. Good God, that's hideous. I mean, just look at it. And then you have the McBee. What are these? Why even? Somebody do me a favor. Somebody do me a favor and look up what the McBee costs as seen here. In CTS XHP titanium, I want to know what they're charging for that turd. And while somebody does that, oh snap, caught alive. Hey, what's up, man? Just bagging on the majority of the Spyderco lineup. Somebody tell me what these cost. While you look that up, I'm gonna go grab another beverage because I'm gonna need it. Jesus. For that. Good God, that's ridiculous. Give me a second. I gotta go get something to drink. That is obscene. That is the most ridiculous. Good God. How much does the Poochie cost? Somebody tell me how much that goddamn stupid dog knife costs. How much is that? I want to know how much that. Now, see, now I'm all. Oh, I'm gonna get wound up. My wife hates it when I do these and get wound up. When I get wound up on these ones, she's like, "You're sleeping by yourself tonight." Because I'll just be laying there. For the Poochie, are you telling me $300? Are you telling me it's $300 for that? Two? What? Eric, you have went completely fucking insane. You have lost your ever-loving mind. I really want to go, like, I would, if YouTube would not kick me off, I would pack my fucking glass saxophone with jazz cabbage and just go to town just to take the edge off, because right now that... Bro, when you buy one of those, do they give you like a hemorrhoid ring? Because you know you just got fucked. Good God, that is... Now, I will say, Chaparral owned one, loved it. Gave it away because I didn't ever carry it, and it did not make sense for me to have it. I had one with the really cool... I had the Chaparral that had the really, really cool... looked like rock. It looked like polished dark quartz or something. It was great. It was a beautiful knife. I just didn't carry it, and so I sold it to a guy, and I was like... No, because a Sebenza actually is a worthwhile knife. Like, are you trying to compare? Oh. Are Are you trying to compare a Sebenza to this? Because if you're trying to compare a Sebenza to that, well, brother, you need to see a psychologist because Sebenza is a worthwhile knife. Is Cue Ball leaving? Hey, brother, you take it easy. Make sure you go check that Discord. I'll text it to you. If you don't want, I can text it to you, bro. I'll DM it to you. I'll DM you a link to the Gilded server. We've been having a lot of fun. We've been posting up all kinds of stuff. I don't moderate it really, as long as no one's being abusive, but it's all the paying members, so I don't see it being an issue. Oh man. I love my Sebenza. Like, I wouldn't part with my Sebenza. It was in my pocket for a good chunk of the day yesterday. Dave, I don't know if I have you on there, but you can easily find it, Dave. So yeah, I like, if you're trying to compare these two, compare these two knives to a Sebenza, then you. Jesus. Sorry, that one really got me. That one just like $210. Now the Chaparrals, dig the knife. Let's see if they have a picture of the one I had. I had this one. I had this exact Chaparral. This thing was dope. It was a CTSX HP. I had this exact one. I really, really dug that knife. That thing was great. That thing was beautiful, great, nice and light. Didn't like the pocket clip. It has one of these pocket clips. You see these ones that I don't like, these little wires. But I could get by that. A lot of times I carried it without the pocket clip, and I would put it in my watch pocket. But this, honestly, great little knife, and I would honestly recommend it. It got a really good review in my video. This thing was gorgeous, and it has those really unique. What's the handle? Raffir Noble. The handles on it were beautiful. It was great. Oh, I know, Havoc. I know. I'm like, you would know if I was taking shit seriously, because I would have put you in timeout. Yeah, I don't like the pocket clip on that, but the Chaparral, great little knife. Honestly, I sold it and kind of regretted it, but it was just something I kept because it was beautiful. Like, because like, look at those handles, so good. Mine was brown. Mine was the brown, and it was great. Let's go ahead and go back, and we'll zoom back out and see. They might actually have the Centophane. Not a bad looking knife. I can get behind that. That's a good looking knife. I like that blade shape. I like that profile. It's got a really good look to it. It's VG10. I love VG10. It's a really, really good steel. That's a good looking knife right there. What's the pocket clip on it look like? Yeah, there you go. Nice, solid pocket clip. I'm digging that. I can get behind that. I think if anybody's got one of those, I wouldn't mind seeing one of those in for review. BG10, good steel, fairly rust resistant, as long as you're not cutting meat with it. I found that out. It will patina like crazy if you cut meat with it. Guys, I had a tuna sandwich for supper, and I just keep burping, and it's like, I'm like, oh great, it smells like every time I burp, it smells like low tide. Speaking of which, the wind was just right tonight, and the air was kind of heavy, and it was starting to get a little bit foggy for a little bit, and the air was really heavy, and the wind was blowing in off the beach, and it was low tide, and I could smell low tide at my house. I was like, that's bad. So I closed the garage door. That's why it's still hot in here. It was like 80 something degrees today. Yeah, I'm digging that. The Centophane 3, not a bad looking knife. What do they got it listed down here? Widely known as a Godfather knife. Frank, yeah. Frank Centophane, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's a good looking knife. I gotta concede that that's a good looking knife. The Cali, I don't know how I feel about it with it being so skinny and then a big blade, but then again, like I said, I've been carrying this, and it's got a skinny little handle and a big blade. Sage, I didn't like the Sage. I did not like the Sage I didn't like the Sage line of knives. Really didn't find them. That I don't know. Is this ZDP 189? Yeah, ZDP 189. Hopefully they figured out their heat treat because mine is horrible. I don't know. I'd give that one a shot, I suppose. I just feel like they're spending so much. Whatever. My channel, I pronounce stuff the way I pronounce it. Don't you worry about me. Yeah, I didn't like the Sage knives. What steel are these in? S30, S30. This one's in Maximet. I'm not gonna lie. Last time I sharpened some Spyderco Maximet, it was pretty good. It took a really clean edge. Ooh. Okay. Got my attention a little bit. That's not a bad looking fixed blade. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig that. What do you guys think? Good looking. I'm good at words. I can get behind that. That's not a bad looking knife at all. It's a fairly decent looking knife. I can get behind that. That's a good looking. I'm just curious. That's not. Now somebody tell me how much it costs. One of you guys want to look that up? Because I'm trying not to look up prices. Good. Why is the Ricasso so far back? Okay, so I kind of actually like that. I like that style. There was a knife. I was talking with Bobby D about it. You know what that reminds me of? If you've ever watched the movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the knife he carries at the very end has that same kind of thing where there's like the blade comes back, it stops, it cuts down, and then the you know what though? That's a good looking knife. That's still better than $500 for that Drunken. I'd pay $430 for that. I've got some other. I'm a fixed blade junkie though. I've got issues. I had this out playing with it all day, so I might have an issue with fixed blade knives. I got to do a video about this. This is that Lion Steel M3 that was a gift. I don't know. It's pretty solid patina, but like I said, if you watch the like I said, that movie, you would see what I'm talking about. And I kind of dig that aesthetic. I mean, I wouldn't ever carry it. It'd probably be something that would just wind up staying in my house and I'd never carry it, but that's a good looking knife. Okay. Look at that. They even have it in a name. What you thinking? What you fucking smoking? Look at that thing. That is ridiculous. I know they say to keep a child alive is honored. Oh. Never mind. It's for a good cause. Hopefully, but like that's your knife that you've got for a good cause. Like that's the knife you're going to use to try and raise money for keep kids alive. Why? Are you trying not to? You guys saw that, right? That's that keep a child alive. That's what this knife is for. Why do you hate kids, Spyderco? Why do you hate kids? That's not going to keep kids alive. You're not going to sell any of those. Like, oh, we sold 6. How much money did we make for to keep kids alive? Oh, we didn't even bother. We maybe made postage. Why? That's hideous. This one, I don't know. Like this one, I'd give that one a chance just to see how it felt in hand. I'd give it a shot and see. Why do you hate kids, Spyderco? God. Okay. So what's next? So we're like, we still have 100 pages left of this. The Tenacious, I've actually had a Tenacious. I didn't carry it very much, but it was a decent knife. What steel have they got this one in? 8CR 18 MOV. So yeah, this is in their budget line. It wasn't a bad knife. 8CR, I don't know if I'd buy an 8CR. I'd go with a 9CR maybe. 8CR is not optimal. Is this 8CR? S35VN, here you go. S35VN, that's not bad. I don't dislike the Tenacious so much. I just think a lot of this stuff's overpriced. What's this one? 8CR, 8CR, 8CR. I will not pay money for a knife. At this point, I will not pay money for a knife in 8CR. If you send me a knife and it's an 8CR, I'll give it a good review. I'm not gonna. What did you say? Okay, when I'm on the other page, what knife should I buy quick before I change my mind? You should buy me that big buoy. I can't see the chat when I'm scrolling. I have to drop in and out to make sure. That's why I'm scrolling through the chat right now. Sergeant has one for sale with scales. I like the polywog. It's cute. Let's go back. So when I'm scrolling through this, I'm on a completely different page. I can't see you guys or the chat. Yeah, I don't dislike the Tenacious. I don't like the Ambitious or the Persistence. They look a little small, and I'm not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan of this either. That's a lot of space being taken up by your lock bar access. These, I don't know. I give those a shot. The Resilience. Anybody handle one of these Resilience? What? Come on, man. It's just that at this point, there's so many other steels that you can use at the same price point. Like 9CR isn't any more expensive than 8CR at this point. You could use some other stuff. I'm not saying that 8CR isn't a viable steel, but at this point, 8CR is something that I just wouldn't get into. But I don't dislike these. These look attractive. Like I said, though, still that big lock bar access, I think might be hot spotty, but I don't know. Yeah, they got all that jimping on it. I imagine that's going to be kind of uncomfortable at first. I mean, you might get used to it. 8CR, S35, but it's a combo blade. That's at this point. Why do they still sell combo blades? Like, why? Combo blades are garbage. The efficient. I don't like these knives that have that really deep area, but that's a good blade shape. I like that. What is that? The Emphasis? That's a good looking blade shape right there, actually. 8CR. What's the price on the Emphasis? Somebody look it up for me. What's the price on that Emphasis right there? That's a good looking knife. I'm just curious. Sorry, guys. I know I'm bumping it, but I got the mosquito bite. What's the price on the Emphasis? Oh, guys, if you didn't hear it, Cole and I talked about it on Monday. I think Cole and I are going to get together. I'm going to have to give you, Cole, I'm going to have to give you a call one of these days, and we'll get it all figured out. Cole and I are going to do a feed. $63? I mean, I could do that. $63, even though it's 8CR, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. But Cole and I are going to go on a shopping spree, and we're going to buy each other knives on Wish or Alibaba or one of those. We're going to get together and do it and get them shipped. And then I'm going to order knives shipped to his house. He's going to order knives shipped to my house. And then we're going to do an unbox. When everything shows up, we're going to do a live feed together where we unbox the knives. I think we should limit it to like $50. So we'll figure out price points and stuff. But I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, 60 something bucks. I'd give that a shot. I don't like that curvature in the handle right there so much, but that's a good looking blade though. Like, I like that. It's like this, only stretched out and thin. I don't know. Have to think about it. Polestar. HPP Diva, where you at? Where's our Polestar? Sorry. I had to. Can't not do it. That's a good looking knife though. Nice blade shape. What steel's it in? BD1N, not a bad steel. It's not one of my favorites, but it's absolutely not a bad steel. If you get it to where it's, if the heat treat's good on it, CTS BD1. God damn it. This one, 8CR, that one's not bad. The Astute, that's not a bad looking knife. What's the pocket clip look like? Yeah, it's not one of them wire clips. Yeah, here's the problem. What? I don't know. I hate most of them. Like I said, guys, when you see the screen moving, I can't see the comments. So don't get upset if I'm not reading your comments. I can't see them. It's just how it works. Yeah, that's not a bad looking knife. It's pretty sleek. I like that. That's kind of cool looking. I don't know. Maybe I'll get one in for sharpening or something. Cat, the Chicago, I don't really like. This looks, I'm trying to remember. This looks like a knife they used to. Is that, I mean, you know what it looks like? It looks like the same blade from the Dragonfly. That's a Dragonfly blade. Yeah, I know. I can't see it. What knife do I dislike the most? Probably that one right next to the Poochie. Oh no, the other one, the one that saves kids. And I'm like, why do you hate kids, Spyderco? That was hideous. That thing was hideous. Pretty ugly. All right, we're gonna get to it. So this is their clip it tools. I actually have a clip it tool, or had a clip it tool that somebody sent me. It's another part of their lineup. So we're 124 pages out of 216. So these have, so the clip it tools all have these weird additional items to them with a lanyard hole in it. So basically what it looks like is this. So you have a couple other tools. So you have a bottle opener. On this one, you got a bottle opener, a can opener, and 2 screwdrivers. But they have lanyard holes and stuff in them. This one, actually, the Clip It Rescue, having one of these, having one of those little cutters is actually a really good thing. I have one in my glove box. It's a Gerber. Was it a Gerber? No, it's a Benchmade. It's a Benchmade ring hook cutter. I got it at the Warrior Expo in San Diego here. It's only open to law enforcement and military and DOD law enforcement and stuff like that. So it's actually pretty cool. I have one of them, and having one of those little cutters on there like that, that's like seatbelt cutter. If you have an accident and somebody's got like an injury and you need to cut their clothes off or cut their boots off, actually really, really good to have one of those. I recommend everybody have one, at least like a dedicated like seatbelt cutter or something somewhere in their car. But yeah, some of them have scissors. Some of them have like a saw blade like that. I mean, it really makes a knife hideous. Then you have their non-locking. You have the little native. Oh, that's pretty clever. I dig that. See what they did there? Non-locking means you can carry them anywhere in the world. So they have a globe painted on the guy's hands. That's kind of cool, Spyderco. That's some marketing right there. Yeah, so I mean, all of these are just non-locking. That's not a bad blade shape on that UK penknife. Not a bad blade shape. It's like the Stretch almost, but I'm not a fan of the Stretch. I think it's Squeak, the Roadie. I've actually seen the Roadie. I do have to say those Roadies are actually pretty cool. The Roadies are, I'm going to zoom in on it. These are not a bad little knife. N60 CO or N690 CO Cobalt, a slip joint full flat. I've seen these. They're actually kind of cool, really comfortable, and they are very slicey. They're a very slicey little knife. So there's some of their slip joint stuff. These I don't get. These dog tag folders, I just don't get them. I just don't get them. You own a roadie and it's a sharp little bastard. Yeah, they are. They're really good. Yep. At least you're alive. At least you're not dead. Yep. That's what I tell everybody when they come back. At least you're not dead. These are ridiculous. These, I've seen these. They're kind of silly. I think they were Gen 1 or Gen 2 when I seen them. They're like the CRKT Kiss, only not as good. And then you have these. I actually have a couple of these little itty bitty. These are like tiny. And when I say tiny, I mean they are tiny. Let's see here. Overall length, 3 inches. Close length, 2 inches. They're tiny. They're like small versions of their other knives. I have the Bug, and it is even smaller. Overall length, 2.9 inches, 75 millimeters. Closed length, 1.7. Mine's stainless. Actually, mine might be smaller than that. Mine might actually be smaller than that. Zach, did you enter to the server, my equivalent, my gilded server? I'd like to have a couple people on there that are other YouTube creators that the guys can talk to and just have it be something like it's just an additional little piece of content for the paying members. Let's go back to this. These are actually cool. These little ones here are kind of cool. I have a Bug. I'm pretty sure mine is a Bug. We'll see if they have something smaller. Mine's a stainless. Yeah, I have the stainless Bug. Yeah, I have this. Okay, so I have this. It's pretty cool. I like it. It looks like a shrunken down Endura, which is kind of cool. It looks like somebody put an Endura in a driver. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice sharp little knife. I need to get that out. I don't think it made it onto the full collection video. So let's see here. Zoom back out. These are, I mean, it is tiny. It's literally not much bigger than the picture I'm seeing. Fixed blades. I'm not gonna lie, they have a couple of really nice looking fixed blades. They do have a couple of really nice looking fixed blades. That dagger is sharp. That's a sharp looking knife right there. That's a good looking knife. Handled G10, CPS or CPM S30V. See, that's what does it for me. I don't understand. I know that they have to have a hole, but why put it in the blade? Why couldn't you have put the hole right in the middle, right above the spider? Like it's crawling into its hole. Why do you have to do that? And then I saw this zoomer on Cole. You were looking at the zoomer on your live feed here not too long ago, and it was ridiculously expensive. But that that's a good looking dagger. What's the sheath look like? Let me go back. I like this. I like both of these. I'm not a fan of this zoomer. That thing's, it's ugly. It's got an ugly sheath too. It's not a good looking sheath. I don't CPM 20 CV, and I do have to say Spyderco's 20 CV actually is pretty good. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We were looking at it when you were on your live feed on Saturday, I believe. I jumped in and you were showing that. I do. I like that dagger though. That's a good looking dagger. They did a good job on that. Is it sharpened on both sides? Is it double edged or is that a false edge? You know what? That looks like a false edge to me. I don't think that's actually even sharpened on both sides. Designed by renowned customer Gail Bradley, the nightstick is a uniquely modern take on a classic boot knife. It's flat ground, CPM S30V, stainless steel blade. Is singled edged. No, thank you. Never mind. The moron, The Moran. Don't like that. Don't like either of those. The Enough, and the Enough. I don't like it. Those look like, if you're gonna make a fixed blade, make it so it at least looks like a fixed blade. Yeah, Mangana Steel. Yeah, Sharif, I did a couple of knives that were single-edged and turned them into double-edged for some people. I did one here not too long ago for my buddy Tino. None of it was fun. None of it was fun. And it just never comes out quite as even as you would like it to. What? Enough is enough already. What? Are you done? What? You don't want to look at this stuff anymore? What, Duke? What? What do you want? What's wrong, Duke? Are you wanting to, Duke, do you want a reprieve? Do you need a breather? Do we need to take a break? Let me know, Duke. Let me know what's going on. Oh, okay. I got you. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think we're on the same frequency. Let's get back to this. Oh, wait. I didn't share the screen yet. There we go. I don't like any of those, really. Of any of them, I would say that the drop point Moron would be okay. Street Buoy. Yeah. I don't like the handle. It's a good-looking blade, but I don't like the handle. The Ronin 2, I honestly have to say, if I had a fixed blade that I would want to get from them, I think I like that Ronin 2. As much as like I said, I don't dislike the Yojimbo or the Yojimbo. I just feel like they're really too thin at the point, and it would be hazardous for me to own it because I'm dangerous. And I can break most things that people are like, yeah, there's no way. And I come back to them and like, how did you break that? I'm pretty sure that it is something that's up my alley. It looks great, but I just don't think it would be something that I would, I just don't think it would be something that would be in my wheelhouse. I think it's still probably too thin behind the edge. Let's go back into this. What's the steel on this one? CTS BD1N is a pretty forgiving steel too. It's pretty impact resistant. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I don't like this. I've seen the Swick. I've seen both of these. The Swick, the larger and smaller one. I don't like the Waterway. Is not a bad looking knife. That would be something that would be like a camp knife. You could do some LC200N. Yeah, that's kind of good for, that would be up your alley if you were like going on a trip. You'd like a multi-purpose knife for both. Like you could probably fillet some fish with that and stuff like that. Yeah, it was designed by a fisherman, so that makes sense. This knife right here, the Fish Hunter, is actually a really cool looking knife. If you saw, I did a second edge. I sharpened the spine on the Fish Hunter that my buddy Tino bought, and it's a really good looking knife. But H1 steel still just not. It's not something that's going to hold up to the demands of anything that I would do. Maybe Tino, but that is a good looking knife. That is a good looking knife. And I like this Aqua Salt. I just wish it wasn't an H1. I'm not a fan of H1 steel. I like that that small little swedge on it. It gives a nice little look. That's not a bad looking knife. But the Fish Hunter, that is a good looking knife. Nice blade. And then once I sharpened that back edge for him, came out great. Yeah, but H1, yeah, you're right. Ned, you're right. H1 is really soft. But the fact is, it is like if he bought that to go on his honeymoon, and he carried it as a dive knife when he went out scuba diving on their honeymoon. Throwers and hatchets. I've never been a fan of their throwers and hatchets. If you're gonna get a thrower or a hatchet, go to Cold Steel's website. They always have the better ones. So I actually have a couple throwing knives that look like this. Let's see. Now, This one, I can't. The Warrior Hawk, not a fan. This one, though, the Genzhou Hatchet Hawk, that's a cool looking product right there. I'm not going to say I wouldn't carry that. But I mean, I just know that it's like I could get something comparable from Cold Steel for way less. Way less. I have a Vietnam Tomahawk over here. Can you sharpen the point off a Tanto blade like on purpose, and how? I'm going to let you sober up before I answer that question because I don't want you doing anything to your knives that you might regret. Let's see what I get here. Rolls the edge, cutting cardboard underwater. Yeah, that's not a bad looking item there. But like I said, I guarantee I could get something from Cold Steel for less. That would be probably as good. Culinary. Cold Steel has some culinary knives. Those aren't bad looking knives. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good looking knives. I like the handles. I don't think they're just kitchen knives. They're all kitchen knives. Small utility steak. I mean, these would be good for steak knives, but like really, you can go buy steak knives at the dollar store. You can go buy those 5-star, the Ronco brand, and we bought some 10, 12. We bought some before my daughter was born, and we still use them. And we bought them at a dollar store for like 5 knives for $1. We still use them, and they're still great. So I guarantee you can get better steak knives that are as good for cheaper. Guarantee it. Like no joke. The Ronco Peel 5-star knife set, the steak knives, we literally have had those for my daughter's 14, turning 15, and we had those before she was born. So bought them at a dollar store on the way up to my friend's house up in Hesperia, California, because we were running early. But I mean, those aren't bad looking knives. They're just probably more expensive than they need to be. They got here Santoku, not a bad looking one. You got the little mini paring knife, the bread knife. In all honesty, though, you can get a bread knife anywhere for cheap. These must be for England. CTS BD1, that's not a real good. These must be fruit knives because that's not a real good, like a tomato knife or something. What do they got these for? Cutting performance, standard rounded trip, elevated expression of time. Yeah, whatever. These probably not so bad. Those probably aren't as bad as some of the other ones. What was this? Guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. I'll go back through and look at some of them. We're almost done with this, almost as far as I want to go. Counter puppy, why? I'm sure that's about as comfortable as a trip to the dentist. The bird knives, I mean, basically they're just cheaper versions of some of the other knives. I'm not a big fan of the bird knives. We're going to slick through here because they're basically the same designs as the other ones. Sharpeners. So they do have some pretty good sharpeners. I wanted to point out, this is what I have. I have this 3x8 ultra fine leather slip. And then they have this CBN one. I love this ultra fine stone. I use it on a lot of stuff. It's really great for touch-ups. So if you're looking to get a really, really good stone that's going to last as long as you don't drop it, that thing will last you forever. I touch up knives, not like when knives get a little bit dull, I use it like just a touch up. Does a really good job. Touch it up a couple passes and then hit it on a strop. It's like having a flat ceramic rod. These will give you a really aggressive mirror polished edge. They're really, really, really good. Go back to the duck foot. What are you talking about? The duck foot. Duck foot. I'm going. I don't know what you're talking about. Duck foot. What are you talking about, duck foot? Are you talking about the duck foot stone? Oh, okay. So I'm sure they have it on here and we can read what they're talking about on it. The golden stone, so these are, you can see it gives you multiple angles. So it's like you can set this up and, okay, let me explain it. So it has that curvature area. So basically you can set the stone and it's like having a work sharp that you can put in your pocket. So it's basically you put it on one of those rounded areas and you have your angle set. You turn it over and you drag your knife down the other side of it and you have your angle set and you can do other stuff with it. So that's why they have that. It's actually kind of creative. So they have it like you can see here. So you can see it has these curved areas. And if you see how they do it, the golden stone, it's a compact, versatile sharpening device, automatically sets a proper angle. So you see how he's got it here. And he goes down and he flips it and he goes down. So it allows you to have basically a semi-guided system. It's like having a semi-guided, it's like having a little guided system in your pocket. So it's actually kind of a cool idea. So let's see here. Still 55 people. You have a ceramic file set. Their stones are amazing, to tell you the truth. Let's go back because I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. I knew. So they have their bench stones. Then they have pocket stones. So I'm not going to lie. Their sharpening stones are, if you want a ceramic stone, their sharpening stones, their ceramic stones, possibly some of the best sharpening stones on the market. They always are consistent. You never have any issues with them. They last forever as long as you don't drop one and break them. I've had that big. No, I'm not giving any advice on that. Let's do it when you're sober. I don't see any reason to round the tip off of a Tonto. I'm not 100% sure I know what you're talking about. Anyway, it's something we'll have to address in a future video. So yeah, their stones. Like I could say a lot of things about Spyderco, not liking their designs, not liking the direction the company's going, not liking the quality control and the value proposition. But those stones are worth every penny, even if they're expensive. The stones are worth it. They are absolutely worth the price that you pay for them. Like I said, I use mine all the time. Then you have accessories. They have some beads. They have a bug lapel pin. This is all some weird stuff. Mirror decals. We're getting into some weird stuff. We can fly through some of this stuff pretty easy. This one, the Mule Team. This is the one that. Pete had this on, I believe, and it was in the Mule Team. I think this is what he had, and it was in crew wear. I believe this is what Pete had on his channel. Display cases, if you want to display knives, large knife stand, small knife stand. They've got all kinds of stuff in their catalog. They got a bunch of weird stuff. And this is just random stuff. This is the dumbest thing ever. I played with one of those at a show, and I'm like, that's just dumb. Change the position of your pocket. This is just all education stuff. So we have reached the end of the catalog. Reached the end of that catalog. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they have some knives on there. But here's the thing. If you didn't put anything new in your catalog, why do you have a new 2022 catalog lineup? Because I didn't see anything new. Did you guys see anything new? I didn't. I didn't see anything new. And like I said, there's some, thank God it's over. Well, I thought you guys, Todd, I thought you guys would enjoy it. It was fun. I thought that would be fun, you know, because like I bag on Spyderco all the time, but they do have some designs that I actually like. I'm not gonna lie, that chaparral, I do, there's a little pang of regret when I see one of them with that really gorgeous handle. There's a little pang of regret that I sold that, but I never carried it. And so, like, you know, did I carry it? It was a waste. It was a waste. But there is a lot of ridiculous stuff. That Poochie, $210. Like I said, they better send you one of the little hemorrhoid rings to sit on, because you know you just fucking took it in the ass when you bought that thing. Just ridiculous. Spyderco, now with more price. So yeah, some of that was painful. Yeah, you're right. But I wanted to get through the entire catalog. I wanted to do the entire catalog. Guys, so I don't forget, I am wearing my friend's shirt. Go Fast Machines. If anyone anywhere in the United States is looking for a Harley Davidson, this dude has some of the best it is some of the best customer service, and he has a huge selection. If he doesn't have the motorcycle you're looking for, he can probably get it, and he ships them anywhere in the United States. Something to respect about Mike, that a free knife doesn't buy my support. It doesn't. Like, the whole point of this channel. So you guys, like, everybody's like, oh, you're always bitching about knives. No, it's not that I'm bitching about knives. Havoc. It's not that I'm bitching about knives. A lot of times, there are no more brick and mortar stores most places anymore. So you're online, you're buying stuff. You're buying stuff online, and you've never seen it, and you get it in hand, and it's not what you expected. And so since I get so much stuff now, the whole thing about this channel was for me to be able to get knives in, do objective reviews, not to care about price or any of those things. And that's why I do the videos the way I do. I do them blind. I don't look anything up. I don't know price on items. I still don't know the price on this. Please don't tell me. So hey, there's my buddy Justin. Justin, when are we getting sweatshirts? When are there going to be sweatshirts available on the website? So, you know, I know that I hate when I get a knife, and like, if you buy them on Amazon, you can send them back. Like, oh God, this thing's horrible. And you can send it back, and you don't necessarily get burnt too bad. But a lot of times you buy a knife and you're doing it sight unseen, and you're like, crap, man. You know, like, now I have this and it's not what I wanted. Now I'm either going to have to try and return it, even though I used it. Now I've scratched the blade, or you're going to have to like eat it and then try and sell it to someone else. And I'm like, I don't like that. And so what I started doing was I get knives in and I just point out the things that I see with knives that are things I don't like, so that you don't fly into it blind. Like, if I don't like the steel, or if I find that the steel might be a little soft, like H1 steel. Is it horrible? No, there's other steels out there that are every bit as bad. But, you know, at the price point, are you getting what you think you should be getting? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love that Rockstead, but at $760, it's a no-go for me. It's too small. It's got so many things. It's got things about it that I don't like. Now, those things may not even play into your choice. Like that one really weird one, that Spyderco with the blade that comes out. Where's Go Fast out of? He's here in San Diego. He actually was the next shop next to Elliot's. Elliot's shop was here. You walked over one door, and that's where Paul's shop was. And I would go over there and have a beer with him, bullshit with him, and stuff like that. So that's the whole point. Like, I can go through this catalog, and I can tell you I've handled a lot of those knives, and a lot of them just aren't worth the price to me, especially with the steel and things like that. So it's just no problem. Shaked tea. So what do you have? I have a Spyderco on my grail list. Can you guess what it is? I really don't, and I don't really care for Spyderco. Is it the Canis, or it might be the Native Chief? Because if you think a lot like me, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, bud. Yeah, that does make sense why you've seen him around. So we didn't get around to talking about this yet. This thing cuts so well. The Nirvana, I'm not a fan of Nirvana. I'm not. I'm glad it's no longer in our catalog. The Police is a good knife. I like the Police model. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see stovepipe. I didn't see any of that stuff. And that stovepipe is fucking hideous. Like $600 something. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've bought $600 knives, but I haven't bought a $600 knife that was $600 knife was a piece of shit. I haven't done that. I will have to say, I do admit the blade shape is really similar to the Arius, but I don't think it's as similar as everyone thinks. I think it's just that aesthetic of that fuller coming down into that. 420. If you're going off Lefty's price, Lefty's active duty military, he got this. Is it? I thought he said that that was the price he paid with the military and first responder discount, because I believe he got that on a discount for $450. I believe if you buy it directly from them, it's more. If you don't have, like, if you're active duty, retired, or first responder. I thought that's what he said. I could be wrong. He might have said that that's what the price was and he paid less. Blade HQ has them for $450. Okay, cool. Not Lefty. I'm sorry, NAF Sergeant. NAF Sergeant. Not Lefty. NAF Sergeant. I get him confused. I get him confused every once in a while. They're kind of similar in their appearance. No, you're right. I was 100% thinking of so I saw that the Shaman's not a bad knife. It's just not a knife for me. It's not a oh, so this weekend. So guys, at the end of hoodie season, I will have crazy sharp hoodies on my merch store. Don't forget, guys, if you buy my merch and send me a picture, I will put it here in the videos. I definitely will. If you guys send me pictures, like Jared keeps telling me he's going to send me. Jared bought some of my shirts. Yeah, I believe that you and I can, but like, really, like, why? Like, I would do it. I would do it if they had a knife on there. Like, the only knife that's there, I wouldn't mind getting to see one of those police lightweights. I wouldn't mind having a pair of two in like S110V. I wouldn't. Somebody throw up some Brocky boys. Somebody throw some Brocky boys up for Lindy. I can't do it from here. One of you paying members, it's one of the emojis as well. Somebody throw up some Brocky boys for Lindy so she could see. Like, that's one of my emojis for my paying members. But yeah, that is a broccoli. That is a broccoli. That is a skull with broccoli on its head. That's Mr. Broccoli skull. Oh, buddy, buddy, buddy. Thank you very much, bud. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. So it actually sits. So if you like remember the intro where I had like my Papa Didn't Raise No Kami and my TMS sunglasses, that's a little thing. I can't go get it because it doesn't show up because it's green and this is a green screen. So one of the subscribers messaged me, is like, hey, I got something I want to send you. Can I get an address? And I had it sent to my buddies because I didn't know this person. And it was just kind of random, and I didn't want it sent directly to my house. I didn't know what it was. So I talked to my neighbor. I was like, can I get this sent to like your PO box that he had for his business? He's like, yeah, absolutely. And so they sent it to me, and the box came, and he was like, hey, your package came. And I opened it up, and it was that skull, and it's like resin, but it is so, like, if you look at it, it looks like broccoli. And I was like, that is pretty cool. And so it's become a thing on the channel. So I like finding knife sellers on eBay, then finding their personal contact and messaging them off eBay to get a better deal. Guys, be careful. Some people in basically the equivalent to the Discord, some of them are selling knives for a bloated price. Like I saw a whale shark. I forget who sent it. I think it may have been Aiden, sent me an image of somebody selling a whale shark. I owned a whale shark. I think the average price for those things is like $250 right now, going for $250. The DOC goes for significantly more. It was a better knife. But the one I saw was listed for like $1,200 or $3,200, something like that. And it was a fake. You could tell the packaging was wrong. It came with a pouch, which none of those Spydercos came with a pouch. It was absolutely a knockoff, and they were trying to sell it for like either $1,200 or $3,500. There was a knife also that was going for like, I forget how much, but they were fakes. So be careful. Don't buy shit on eBay. Like I said, Tri-State and I are going to do a thing where we buy knives for each other. We're going to do a live feed where we're going to take turns, and I'm going to pick out knives for him. He's going to pick out knives for me, and we're going to buy like 4 or 5 knives, like $50 worth of knives on Wish. And I'm going to send the knives that I picked to him. He's going to send knives that I picked to me. When we get all of those knives in, we're going to do the live feed together. We're not going to open them. We're not even going to look at them. We're just going to open them live together. Like he'll be on one side, I'll be on the other. We're going to like simulcast it. I'll open one, he opens one, and we'll look at it and see how horrible they are. Because I think that sounds like fun. So, cats in the chat, it's a natural reflex. Now, what happened? What did I miss? Cats in the chat. What am I missing? I see. My cat, shop cat, no longer wants to come out here and hang out in the shop with me. He just wants to come in, and he'll come out here and he'll look around. And if my wife's not here, he'll come out and he'll sit on the carpet and he'll look at me. And then the second my wife pulls up and gets home, right in the house. I'm like, you dirty little fucking traitor. Like, I'm the only reason you're allowed in the house. Like, I started letting him in the garage, and my wife was like, I don't want the cat in the house. Next thing you know, my wife's sleeping on it because my wife's back has been bothering her. And so I move around and stuff like that, and she doesn't want it to bother her. And so she's been sleeping on the couch with her back all screwed up. And I was like, I came out and I look, and my wife has got the dog curled up against her head and the cat on her chest, and she just knocked out. And I was like, oh, you hate that cat. Yeah. Yeah. Double D. Did you just show up, Double D? You missed all of it. It's all right. It'll be available for review. He's in there. Shop Cat's in there. So, I got news for you. My dog loves that cat. Like you can't separate them. Like they've gotten to where they start and play. They'll chase each other around the house. They'll chase each other around the house. They're both old, so they get tired real quick. And the next thing you know, they'll tear ass around the house. And the next thing you know, they're like laid on the couch together. Like they were on the love side. I came out here and they had torn around the house, and they knocked my shop lights over once. And I like had to almost knock my tripod over. I was like, what the fuck? And so they chase each other. The next thing you know, they come out here, they're both panting, and they hop up on the love seat, and the dog was on one end, the cat was on the other, like butt to butt, just sleeping. And I was like, there's certain brands that you got to watch for counterfeit. You got to watch Cold Steel, Sabenzas, Striders. I didn't see too many Spydercos, but Microtex. Like those four are always getting sold as knockoffs and stuff. So we made it through that catalog, only 2 beers. I am going to have one more beer. We might run this a little bit long since I am feeling much better. Guys, there's a chance. I have not announced it. There's a chance I might get to go back to work. There might be less content at first until I figured out. I got offered, and my doctor kind of signed off on it because it keeps me socially distanced, and there's less chance of me catching stuff. Yeah, lots of fake Norsemen. Yeah, it's true. There are a lot of those. I'm probably going to go back to doing construction as equipment operator. There's a good chance. If projects don't pick up where I can work from home. So optimally, my doctor wants me to work from home. He's like, you're getting old to be doing that much physical labor, like digging trenches and stuff. I was like, what if I'm digging trenches in a machine? And he goes, well, are you going to be doing that much physical labor? And he's like, and are you going to be in direct contact with people? Because the reason being, a lot of people A lot of people that work construction are coming right out of either a halfway house for drug addiction, coming out of prison. And so they're exposed, and there's a lot of stuff that me having a compromised immune system could catch. And so that's the big concern. And since the federal mandates have not been lifted yet, I still am under a lot of real restrictions mandated by the admiral. So hopefully, he's like, all right, I'll run it up the flagpole. If they're cool with it, we'll see. He's like, but there are going to be some caveats to that. So the problem is if they find out I'm working and then I do get sick, they can actually file charges against me under UCMJ because I'm retired and take away my retirement check. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to like run the risk of giving away that money for that stuff. You know what we're gonna do on one of the next videos there, HPV Diva, is we're gonna do the Benchmade catalog as well. Some of the knockoffs are really hard to tell from the real thing. They are done so well. I'm just wondering why they don't make their own designs and sell them. Because I'll tell you what, I've seen them and they seem great at first blush, but you really look at them and you can feel the difference. There's issues with them, stuff like that. And one of the reasons I hate knockoffs because I'm friends with a lot of these people now. I know a lot of these makers, and when they get ripped off, that's money that they're making. You know, that's money that the makers aren't making. You're stealing their idea and design. That's why I'm so upset about the Leatherman Tale of Knives thing. And I reached out to Tale of Knives and told them, like, hey guys, I would love to have someone on the channel to talk about it. I'd like to talk about it. I'd love them to show their stuff. Their work is great. I want to support that. I want to support another small business that was taken off, and then also want to get it out there. You know, Leatherman is really ripping people off. Do you guys want to talk about the Jake Hoback thing? Did you guys see the Jake Hoback thing? Through omission, Jake Hoback has kind of put himself in a position. I don't know if you saw that. And I'm not saying Jake's wrong for getting stuff made overseas. I was talking with Jared about it. Greg Medford said, you know, hey, it's a necessary evil sometimes. There are some things that sometimes of the year you just can't get without going overseas. But Jake, through omission, was having his knives sold on a website, US made knives. And they found out that his knives aren't necessarily 100% made in America. They have outsourced parts. And the reason that I get upset is he was one of the banner flag wavers when the same thing happened to Jason Browse. And I'm friends with Jason and I like Jason. And Jason absolutely did nothing wrong. Jason would have parts made overseas and assemble those knives here. And anything, like, you can argue with me, you can say it's wrong, I don't care. It is absolutely 100% true. As long as 51% of the overall value of that item was accrued through assembly and handling, packaging, and all those things here, then that knife was a US made product. But Jake was all about throwing fucking Jason Browse under the bus because he just didn't tell anybody that. He's like, it's a US made product because more than 51% of the overall value of that item was accrued here in the United States. He had parts made. They were assembled here. Now he does have some 100% Chinese made stuff. He's like, well, fuck it. Now, why not? But Jake was one of those rabble rousers that was talking about that. And now, through omission, he fucked himself. Speaking of which, I have a Hoback. I have a Hoback Quayback here that is actually a really nice knife that my buddy does want to sell if anybody's interested in. Even regardless of the controversy, it is a good knife. And I have a price for it. I can show it to you. But like I said, what goes around comes around. The whole thing with the HRD, he didn't design that. That was an off-the-shelf product that he repurposed and put into knives and then tried to tell everybody that they had to use the name Hoback Rolling Detent. That was an off-the-shelf product. It's called a rolling set screw. They were used in other applications. He just took that same part and started using it in knives and then told everyone, no, now you have to call it a Hoback Rolling Detent. No, we don't. It's just a rolling detent. Technically, it's just a rolling set screw that has been put in a knife used as a detent. you know, and I just don't like doing things that are, I don't like people that are like, if you're going to be honest, be honest. And I've heard stories about him, like he ordered stuff and then never paid for those items because he's like, oh, well, there was 2 items that was flawed. I'm not paying for those. And I've heard that from more than one knife maker. Like, oh yeah, he's like this, like he preaches and he puts all the religious stuff on his knives and he's like, he's the douchebag. And I'm like, okay, but when you hear that, like if you hear that from one person, that's fine. But when you hear that from multiple people in the knife community, and I was like, the first time I ever met him, I was like, I got that vibe. I'm like, I just don't like this dude. I will tell you that Hoback, I'll go get it. That Quayback, that thing is legit good knife. I mean, I have kind of the same thing with some other knife makers. I can appreciate the fact that their knives are great. I don't have to like them as a person. But the thing that irks me is Jason Browse got thrown under the bus, disappeared from the knife world for a long time. Something else happened recently. He disappeared from social media, and now he's back and he's doing stuff. I just don't see why you would put yourself in that position where, knowing that you're doing the exact same thing and you run your mouth, that's gonna come back on you. And I swear to God, I saw that post and I was like, that's what you get. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be vindictive. And you know, I get upset. I get upset with Greg Medford about stuff, and most of it's just because Greg runs his mouth and doesn't make, like, I understand where Greg's going. Like, he doesn't like he doesn't like China, and I get it. He was military and all this stuff. I get it, but the fact is, like, he groups everyone into that category. And my wife is Japanese. I have a lot of Asian friends. I have friends in China at some of these knife companies. I don't appreciate, but I can appreciate his viewpoint. I can understand his passion about stuff. And like I've said, as much as I think that Greg Medford has went off the rails a few times, I can't say enough about the quality of his machining. It's beyond reproach. It is the best OEM machining you're ever going to see in the United States. It is hands down the best OEM in this country. It really is. I just wish that he could just dial the crazy down a little bit. Just dial it down a little bit, Greg, because he does things. I mean, if it was just him and he was still just making custom knives one at a time and he was the only employee, I wouldn't care. But he does things that could possibly affect his employees. Like the time we were at a show and he was in a bad mood. And there were some folks there that were obviously Marines and they wanted to talk to him because other jarheads, they wanted to talk to him. And they came up and they're like, hey, you know, and he had apparently had a bad interaction with somebody else at the show. And he literally looked at 3 Marines that wanted to buy knives from him. They didn't want to buy knives from the other dudes at his table. They wanted to buy knives from Greg. And he looked at him and he goes, I'm not here to answer your questions. Either buy a knife or get the fuck out. And I was like, I had my camera and shit. I was like, guess we're not talking to Greg today. It's just, those are the things that you see that just irritate me. Now, Greg, like I said, you can't say anything. His knives are amazing. They're not knives for me. And I personally think that his designs are they have a very limited market. But when you look at the work that he's done, when you look at the work that he's done for other people, the Striders that he did, hands down, the best production Striders that were ever made. Ever. Like, his knives are always good. They're just not designs that appeal to everyone. I'm going to get the other beer. So what do you guys want to talk about? Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves while I go grab another. That is weird. I'm going to grab another beverage. I'll be right back. It's not like you can't hear me. I'll be right here. I do want to get this thing onto charge so we can... I'm going to start testing it. I'm going to start doing some, I'm basically going to run the studio. I'm going to try and run the studio off of that battery bank that they sent me. he had one that he put up the other day, and I didn't like it all. What analogy did I make? I don't know what analogy I made. I don't remember. I sometimes just like, I don't hear the words coming out of my mouth. I'd fade in and out. I'm like, just like word vomit. Word vomit. We get passionate about something, I start talking, and I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck did I just say? My bird flew away, so fuck him. Let's play around with this. I completely lost to what analogy I made. And sometimes I do things and they just don't do anything. But so I wanted to talk about the membership stuff. I apologize that there was no, to you guys, the paying members, there was no giveaway for February. I was sick for pretty much the entire month. I didn't announce it. I didn't get anything ready. I may still have to have surgery, even though the infection's gone. We don't know how much damage was done to my intestines. I have a colonoscopy that I'm trying to schedule, but they never answered. Oh, my view on Medford? Yeah. Okay, I got you. So I was sick the entire month and just, I didn't announce it. I didn't do anything. I have 2 giveaway knives that I haven't sent out. Actually, 3 giveaway knives I haven't sent. A couple of them were because I couldn't reach the person, and the other one was Zach never sent me his address. So I'm going to get those packed up tomorrow and try and get them out. But like I said, I don't know if there's going to be a Friday video yet, honestly, because there's so much stuff going on. My wife's car has to go into the shop. And so that means I'm busy all day Friday. Like Friday is shot. There will be a live feed. I don't have solar panels, but it has inputs for them. It says specifically it will charge solar panel. They sell solar panels, but I don't have them. They only sent me the unit. So there is an input spot for that. So where's that? Yeah, basically you can plug your big solar panels. I know some guys buy those solar panels. I don't have them. I'm just going to charge it up. We're going to play with it and see. I'm going to try and run studio lights. I'm going to run the studio lights, the computer, and my phone all off of it at once and see how that works. I'm going to have to use an extension cord to do it. We're just going to play with it and see how it works and how it holds up. I've only seen good reviews for it. I did look into it when they said they wanted to. And the whole thing is, I wasn't sure what they were going to send me. They have three items that they make. They make this, they make solar panels, and they make some cigarette lighter that has, it's a cigarette lighter adapter that has like batteries in it. So you can charge it and then take it with you, but you can use it in your car and then pull it out. I think it'll charge your phone like once. It's a really small one. So Sugar Shane, when are we going to do a feed together? When are we going to do a feed together, Shane? We've been talking about it since the 24-hour night breaks thing. I need to get you and I need to get Javon on here, both of you. Oh, guys, I don't think it's going to happen this week. I don't think we're going to have a guest this Friday because I have not set anything up because, like I said, I don't know what my day is going to look like on Saturday or on Friday, I mean. But I reached out to Savannah Swags. And she's all about coming on. I've got a Myalea here. I've got a more Myalea here. I'm going to do a video about the more Myalea before too long. I've actually carried it before at the show just for a little bit, prototype. Now that they're on market, I'm going to do a video about it. I dig that knife. I know a lot of people don't. I liked the Myalea, the original Myalea. I'm a big guy. And like I said, I'm 6'3", maybe pushing 6'4", depending on what shoes I'm wearing and what convenience store I'm leaving. I'm like 235 pounds the other day when I weighed myself to 227. So I've dropped back down. I'm only like 10 pounds above what I would have weighed when I was in the Navy. But like, I'm a big dude. And that little knife, the problem I had when I would sit down is the pocket clip would allow it to push up out of my pocket. And it would fall out. And there was a couple times I heard it fall and like hit the side the running board on my car. And I was like, okay, I just can't carry it. It's a great knife. I'm gonna get Tough Thumbs on here. I haven't talked to him about it for a little bit. You guys know I did the GoFundMe for him. Guys, still, like, if you guys haven't, if you haven't done it, go share my GoFundMe for my daughter's skating. We actually spent the money that already got accumulated. My daughter's skate boots, we had an issue with them. Like they had to be replaced. I literally just had, I think they were $500 or $600, and had to get them shipped from Italy. And that's what that's what everybody's like, why do you do a GoFundMe? I was like, there's a bunch of unforeseen expenses. Like, oh crap, we have to get new skate boots. So they just showed up from Italy. We got to get them mounted and stuff. She had to get new skates. So, you know, that's easy $1,500, $1,600 we just dropped. So I appreciate everybody that donated to the GoFundMe. I still need to make a list, find out from people if they want to be recognized, so that I can just put up a video just thanking everyone. But it's still an active GoFundMe. That's why I haven't done it yet. I don't usually do it. I usually have been doing it on Instagram. But like, I'm not asking you to donate. I'm just asking if you want to, you can try and share that GoFundMe. It's in a link in the description of my videos. Just share it with people if you want. I just want to try and make sure that I don't want to have to, with the price of inflation and stuff, I don't want to have to look at my daughter. I was like, sorry, you can't skate. You can't go to that competition. We can't go to Bremerton or any of those places. So what model is the Power Station? So this is a Tenacious 300 watt slim. They have two different versions of this. But this is a 300 watt, 80,000 milliamp. So it's got an outlet here. That's your input. You got a USB, a USB-C, a couple outputs here, battery charger, and a light. I think there's some attachments too that you can add to it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It doesn't have as many outlets as like Buddy Pino has one. We're going to try and compare it. So we're going to go camping to get this charged up. We're going camping like the 12th or something like that. Oh, crap. I can't go. I got jury duty. I will see. But at any rate, I'm going to go camping with you. We're going to test that out. I'm going to test it around here. I'm going to run all the stuff in the shop, and just see how it works. But it's a Tenacious. It's a Tenacious 300 watt slim. I think they're like, they sent it to me and I didn't even look it up until later. I looked and I was like, that's like a $200 item. They just sent it to me for free. And they reached out to me and I was like, okay. And they're like, we want an objective review. And I'm like, good, you came to the right channel. Because if it's a piece of shit, I'm going to tell everybody. Oh, Stacy, it's fine. Like I said, I just want to get it out there because it's funny. I've done GoFundMe. It's always weird, and I'm not complaining. It's always weird to me. I'll do a GoFundMe for somebody else. Like I did the one for Jeff, and I think it raised like $20,000, and everybody jumped in on it. I did one for my daughter, and no, it took forever. And if it wasn't for Jeremy Russell, basically, I'm not gonna lie, Jeremy Morris, to call you out. Sorry, Jeremy. I don't know if you wanted to be anonymous. Jeremy Russell called me and he was like, hey, I want to know, do you want me to just send you a check or do you want me to put it in the GoFundMe? And I was like, if you just do it in the GoFundMe, it's just quicker and easier that way if that's how you would do it. And he dropped like $1,000. So like he paid the majority of it. It's like $1,700 it's on it right now. He paid like half of what's in the GoFundMe. Did I show the Quayback? No. Would you like to see it? It's a good knife. It's just like there's some controversy around Jake right now. Let's grab it. I'll grab it real quick. Guys, I hurt my knee and I don't know how. I did something to my knee and it hurts like all the way up, down, up. I don't skate. Let me see. It's in the end on one of these. I think it's this end. No, it's on the other end. How did it go? So this thing is in really good shape. I got it. I got it. Actually, somebody sent it to me as like, get whatever you can out of it. And I traded it for another knife and cash. So this is, I can't remember what model this is. The action on it is dope. It is a Tonto. It's never been sharpened. I don't think it's actually even been used. The only reason I don't like it is it's got that weird curve to it where it curves up. See what I'm saying? It's like boomerang. It's not a bad knife. It's just, it was a little bigger and bulkier than anything I wanted. Action on it is smooth and great. Pocket clip, like it might have a little bit of snail trails and stuff on it. Yeah. No joke. Like I'll wake up in the morning, my neck hurts. And I'm like, what the fuck was I dreaming about? Was I moving furniture in my sleep? What the hell? So, well, if we could do that, if we could make that happen, that would pay for my daughter's entire skating season. So let's talk about that. Let's try and find a way to do some fundraising for that, because that would really take a load off, because I'm about to get butt fucked on taxes. This is the Quayback, Yoda. This is the Jake Hoback Quayback. Really decent knife. Super good action. It's a big, beefy, overbuilt, hard-use knife. And that is, I'm not gonna lie, Jake makes a decent knife. I just don't like the dude. But I mean, look at the top. Look at how tight that is. Like it looks like it might be favoring one side or the other, but it's just the lighting. Great knife. It's just like, I mean, it's thick, big, and beefy. I gotta look. Where did I put my? He told me what the price you want. I can tell you how much he wants out of it. I told him I would ask. I told him I would ask $550 or $600, because that's not too far out of. Yeah, $550 to $600. So if any of you guys are interested in that, that's what he's wanting out of it. And I'm going to do the deal for him. What was that? Looks like a beast version of a Protect T3. It's a beast of a knife. And like I said, the action on it is sick. Sweet and meaty. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for it. I know you probably remember that comedian as well. So looks like the stop pin was placed too far back. No, it's just the aesthetic. So the Japanese Quayback was kind of really curved like that. It was like a big Tonto, and he kind of went with that Japanese aesthetic where the tip is further back than the back of the handle. It's just, for me, that's not optimal, but I would say that it's comfortable, really comfortable. So, ooh, pardon. I get what you're saying. Like, I was like, what does he mean? Looks like it was placed too far back. Like, it's just in the right position. Oh, it swung too far back. I gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was. Really, really good knife. Dude, that Jake's a shit. I'm going to get a hold of Jason Browse. I mean, like I said, 550, 600. He wants 600 out of it, but I think he'd take 550. That's what I was telling him I was trying to get for him. If he can't get that much out of it, he just wants to sell. I think these are 8 or 9, 800, something like that, 700. I traded him this for a knife and money. And like I said, this one's a Tonto. I could, if anybody wants to buy it, I would actually sharpen it because it probably needs a little bit of sharpening, but Persian like trailing point. Yeah, that's something he's selling. He has a Steelcraft Glimpse. I don't know if I have that one here. I may have that one here. The Todd Begg Steelcraft Glimpse that he's trying to sell. Anybody want an Emerson Super Crambit? He's trying to sell this for like 300. So I'll put up a post on the community tab and show all the knives that he's wanting to sell, and I'll put a price list, and anybody that's interested, just let me know. And if you're not, that's fine. I've had some knives that came in that had that weird curvature to it, and I didn't like them as much as some of the others. It was I don't know. It seems weird, but I'm not gonna lie, it's comfortable. It is comfortable. Guys, I'm pretty sure that this is not going to wind up being a giveaway. This has struck my fun point on things. I mean, I may eventually do it. I haven't done any heavy cutting with it. I'm not planning on doing it. It's not a really all right, I'll get some pictures. I don't have the glimpse here unless it's in, you see, if it's in this, I'll show it to you. Let's look at what's in this pouch. No, don't do that. The knives fall out when you do that. It's in this knife roll. If it's in this knife roll, I'll show it to you. Don't think that the glimpse is in here. Nope. Nope. There's a Geiger Bowie Mordax. And this is another Geiger Bowie Mordax. But this one's a button lock. It's this one. There's a Geiger Fortis 2.0. Shane, DM me and I'll let you know. I don't have it here. He did not provide me with that knife. Yeah. So Matt and I both love when Elliot does the Geiger-esque like xenomorph from Alien. And we both love it. I have one that is my Master Blaster that looks like a xenomorph spine down the back. His look like xenomorphs, and even like this one. Let me see. Let me pull it back out because there's one of them that is just ridiculous. This one. This is the one. So you guys aren't gonna be able to see it but do you see like the polish on this? It looks slimy. It looks slimy and wet. No, these are not for sale. This was, he commissioned this from Elliot. Like he told Elliot, it's like, this is what I want. This is not a maker's choice. This is I want this. So if you look, it even has like the xenomorph skull and it looks slimy and wet like it does in the movie. And then it's got that swept Bowie, and then Elliot turned that Mordax into a Bowie blade. It is sick. And no, this is not for sale because you guys can't even see the colors that are in on it. Like that just looks gray to you guys. It's pearlescent purple and blue and some undertones. Tino paid as much to have this carved. He paid more to have this carved than he paid for the knife. So no, it's not for sale. Maker's Choice knives, like Elliot's carved knife, they usually go for about $1,000 to have him carve them. This entire case is nothing but Maker's Choice knives and a hoback. That's it. Like, let's see, what's this one? That's it's an Archbishop 2.0 that he had Elliot do a like rock pattern, and he wanted it to look like pebbles. So yeah, Tino and I have got a lot of expensive knives. It's not mine, bro. It is not mine. Let's see. What's down here? This is a special. This was the, even says special SP. It's not even numbered. This is the deity, I believe. It's so comfortable in hand. So a lot at my maker's, I only have 2 maker's choice knives, and one of them is at Cole's house. So, I mean, there you go. Here's another one. So this is a Septac. So this is a scepter blade stuck in an N-tack handle. It's called a Septac. I hate it. I don't like the scepter. I love the N-tack. What's the giveaway night for this month? Ed, if you had, Jesus, Ed, if you had showed up, I'd have told you, but you already missed out. Like I put it somewhere. Now I don't know where. The giveaway night for this month for you paying members. And here's the thing, you guys have got to get into that gilded server. You really need to, because the fact is that's where I'm going to do a lot of the giveaway announcements, because people complain that I do the giveaways here for the paying members. And they're like, oh, it's fucked up. Like, yeah, guess what? They pay me. It's a way to, like, I do it live so everybody can see what the benefit of being a paying member is. But too many people complain. So I'm not going to do it that way anymore. I am giving away a Ray Laconico designed Sirius by Artisan Cutlery. This one is in AR RPM 9 and black G10 with copper pivot collars. That's the giveaway for this month. That's what I'm giving away. So it's a good knife. I love mine. Mine's the Micarta and S35BN. So I'm just kidding, Ed. I'm kidding. Double D, it's a big joke. So we're going to finish this beer and then I'm going to bed. Actually, no, I say that. I'm going to finish editing the video that I shot today. I have an item that I'm doing as a general giveaway, though. So I am going to do an actual giveaway, probably middle of the month, for everyone. Everyone, it's going to be one of those like, hey, we're going to do it in the middle of a video. And it's kind of a special item. It's kind of unique. So my eyes hurt. Yeah, guys, join the Gilded. It's dope. We've been chatting on there. Yeah, we've been talking bullshit. We've been talking about stuff that I don't allow here. And the reason, like, guys, you want to know why I censor this? I just don't want there to be, hurt feelings and stuff in the chat on YouTube, because YouTube doesn't like it. Yeah, you can join the server now. I just don't want it on here. YouTube frowns on hurt feelings and stuff like that. And if people don't like the fact that I moderate it, then, you know, I hate to say it, like, if you don't like it, don't watch. It's like, I hate the whole cancel culture thing going on. I'm like, you know what? If you don't like a comedian that says these things, don't watch it. Like, he's not hurting you. It does not physically hurt you. So, you know, me blocking certain things that are here, it just prevents a lot of that. So I'll let it slide on you guys want to fight in the goddamn server? I don't care. Fight in a server. I don't care. It's not YouTube. It doesn't, like, it's free. It's free. It's not affecting my income. It's not affecting the stability of the channel. None of that stuff. Yeah, you can't if you're not in the one that has your thing. No, I don't. I hate Discord. I hate their political views. I hate the way they're censoring things. I hate how they're just taking they're taking down people's servers for no real good reason. So I built one for the paying members that's on Gilded. And so the paying members have access to it. And that's only people that have access to it right now. It's a benefit for them. I'm going to build a second server that mirrors, but it'll be open to everyone. When I have a good feel for how it works, and I like all the features, and I figured the features out, we're basically beta testing it. The paying members and me, I'm beta testing it to see how I like it. once I get done with that, then I'm going to make a second server that is open for everybody. And I'll put that just in the general, I'll put it in the descriptions of the videos. That'll be open to everyone. And the paying members will be moderators if they're cool with that. I've already given them all, basically everybody has moderator rights in the members only side. So it's a lot of fun. We've been having fun. We've been posting stuff up. Let me see. Did we get any new posts? So you guys can see what it looks like. It looks exactly like Discord. Okay, Mason joined, talking about the pooch. So I mean, it absolutely looks just like Discord on here. It's just, I think it's more friendly. So currently, when I look at the general chat, and I look at my, oh, somebody, I haven't, so there's two things for the paying members right now. There's a knife trade, like if you want to try and trade a knife for permanent or sell a knife, and a general chat. I'm going to do some other stuff as soon as I figure out how it all works. So members, there are currently 14 members. So it's fun. We've been having fun with it. And it's like this, but we don't have to wait till there's actually a live feed. And there's a lot of times that like I have my phone when I'm doing stuff and I can jump in the chat and stuff like that. So I invited Zach, I invited Jared, I invited Tri-State, and I invited Jim Skelton. So that there were some other creators that you guys will be able to talk to and things like that when they're available, when they post and things like that. And I think that was just kind of a little benefit I wanted to do. Even though they're not paying members, they have access to it because it's kind of cool. Like we're all in a big group, but the fact is like there's other people now that they can talk to that are outside of just the paying members. So yeah, just another little benefit. I don't know how soon I'm going to do the general one because I kind of want to make it like it's a benefit like to the guys. And then you become a moderator. And if somebody's saying shit that you're like, I don't like this. You know what mods do? You ever been on Reddit? I don't like this. I'm taking it down. I don't like this. I'm taking it down. It's a little fun. But I have to make sure I have to make sure how I set up all the roles, and I have to make sure how I set up the servers, and I have to make sure that everything is set for it to be oh, Zach's already a member. Yeah, Zach's already in there. Never mind. I don't know why I bothered. Zach, you're a member. You should be in there. That's for the paying members. I forgot you were a paying member. I sent it to you anyway. It's not Gildan. Gilded. As in like covered with gold. Something that's been gilded is covered with gold. You know. About to pass out, so have a great night. I do, guys. I do understand that you guys that are on the East Coast, it's like 1 a.m., almost 2 a.m. I do this on these evenings because it doesn't affect my daughter, and my wife and my daughter aren't out here anymore. My daughter's probably already in bed. My daughter's already definitely in bed asleep. My wife's probably asleep on the couch because her back hurts. I do it these nights because this is the time I have. I don't want to do it any earlier because then, you know, like Jared and I were talking about, I was like, I don't want to run my live feed at the same time as yours. That's Cole goes on Tuesdays. So it's just kind of like, it's not like, oh, we're competing for time, but like there's a way to do it, especially like channels like Cole and me and Jared. We're all friends. So we don't want to step on each other. Like I try to keep an eye on it. Like I don't like to go live when B's live. I got to get B's on here. That's going to be fucking nuts. Anybody that has contact with B's, let me know and tell him I want to do maybe we'll set that up for Friday. Let me see what I can get done. Maybe we'll have B's blades on Friday. We'll have two more. You had me and Cole on Monday. And then you had me and B's, two Ohio boys twice. That's 4. Well, I only count like 3 Ohio boys total for a week. Todd, you have fun. Take it easy. There you go. Gilded. Well, like I said, right now it's only for the paying members. So I know you're in. I can see it. I can see it on my phone. I should have gotten a notification. So what was this? Knife trade. Oh yeah, there's a Probably going to try and sell. Yeah. Double D and Spitfire have been. Oh, Stacy's here too. They've been chatting back and forth about a PM2 that he's trying to sell. So I can only take so many long goodbyes. Oh, I'm not joking. It's a thing. It's guys, you see me and Cole do a long goodbye, and a lot of times me and Cole will talk after. Like we'll leave the chat when I shut it down, and then we'll be in the green room because we still can talk for a while. You know who I haven't seen for a while? I haven't seen Eggs and Ham. Anybody seen Eggs and Ham anywhere? I want to talk to that dude. I hope he's okay. I know he's been busy working. Anybody seen Eggs and Ham on anybody's feed for a while? Oh yeah, you can send DMs on Gilded as well. Like if you want to, like if you don't want to put it in the general chat, I think you can do it. Well, I appreciate that. I don't sleep, so it doesn't bother me. Like sleep? Why? Saw Eggs today. Okay, cool. I need to get a hold of David. I haven't talked to him for a while. I just was worried about him. I haven't seen him in a chat anywhere. I need to get a hold of John over at Grateful Panic. Has anybody talked to him for a while? I worry about like some of these guys that I was talking with and stuff like that. I worry when I haven't seen or heard anything from him for a while. God, this guy's, it's a mess out here. There's packaging and foam and knives just everywhere. It's all over the place out here. Stacy says, cool, Zach, I know you're busy. So, guys, I am going to end this. It's been almost 3 hours. John posted on IG yesterday. I mean, I want to get him on a live feed. You know what? I need to get a hold of John. I need to get John's phone number so I can set it up. And we'll have him, even if he's driving, we'll have him on a live feed. It'll be fun. I like having John on. It was that night that was me, Cole. Who was it? It was me, Cole, John, and was it Eggs and Ham? Who was it? There was a handful of us. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So, guys, I'm going to end this. It's been a lot of fun. We looked at the entire catalog from Spyderco. And I'm sorry if it upset your stomach. I hope you didn't throw up in your own mouth. I'm not going to lie. There are, as much as I bag on Spyderco, there's a handful of knives in that catalog that are really, really good. Really, really good. They were really good. I appreciate that, Sharif. I appreciate that. You were supposed to call me. There was something we were supposed to talk about. If you want to give me a call, I'll take my phone off Do Not Disturb because I had to clean this fucking mess up out here. You want to give me a call when I break from this, I'm willing to give you to listen to whatever it was. You had something you wanted to tell me, and you were like, oh, okay, I'll give you a call. So I'll take my phone off of Do Not Disturb right now. That way, if you want to give me a call for a few minutes, let me do that. My phone is no longer on Do Not Disturb. So Sharif, if you want to give me a call on that phone number that I gave you, that would be cool. Guys, I love you all. Keep it clean. And the comments on my videos. If you didn't watch today's video, I did a video. It came out. I think it came out good. I don't want to sound like a pissy bitch sometimes, but it's really disappointing when you put a lot of work into a video, a lot of work into the thumbnail, and you do all this stuff, and you do the video, and there's like 2 people watching. It is disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. That's the hardest part about all this. And having chronic depression, probably not a good thing for me to do this, but I will tell you, I love these live feeds. I do these for me. The videos that I record are for you guys, and that's when it gets frustrating when no one watches. I do these for me because I enjoy this. I could go without doing any of the pre-recorded videos ever and do these all the time, and I would be perfectly fine. But I got news for you. These don't make any money. So I will talk to you guys later. We will do a live feed on Friday. It might be, I may have to make an announcement. It'll be a little bit late because I don't know how it's going to work out. My wife's car goes into the shop Thursday. I have to take my wife to work. I have to take my kid ice skating. I have to take my kid to school. I have to pick my wife up from work. I have to do all that because we're only going to have the one car. So It's going to be hectic. My wife's like, you're going to be busy on Friday. I was like, oh, I know. So I'm going to film a video tomorrow for Friday, and I have not 100% decided what it is yet. So, guys, talk to you later. I got to get out of here, or my wife's eventually going to get upset because I'm making noise out here because she's sleeping on the couch in the living room. So my lives aren't scripted. My recorded videos aren't scripted. Ed, Double D, I don't script anything. When I script shit, it gets all fucked up. The only thing I do is I just write down the specs of the knife. That's the only thing you get. Everything else is just off the cuff. I don't. The problem is a lot of the knives, they're not going to sell. Like a lot of these knives, you can't sell them for what? Like any price I would try to sell any of those knives for, it's going to be a loss. It really would. The fact is that those knives, a lot of those knives are just not. They're not going to be as popular as a lot of people would think. I could. I mean, if it came down to it, I mean, we've got a buffer, and like I said, the doctor's saying I could probably go back to work doing construction, and as an operator, that's good. That's fairly decent money operating equipment on a construction site. So the big problem has been I'm not allowed to go back to work. So at any rate, guys, I love y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Sharif, give me a call when you're done. I appreciate it. Sharp thoughts. I appreciate it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been in my head. There's only a couple knives in that case that could never go, and that's just because they were gifts. They're irreplaceable. They're stuff that were gifts from people that are no longer around. I have gifts from my father. I have gifts from friends that I won't ever get. They're just some things that I just can't get rid of, but pretty much most of that case could go. But the problem is, I don't think they would sell. She does need to be in the Olympics. She's fighting injuries right now, so that's a good thing. So, I mean, we're really not accruing a lot of cost right now. So at any rate, guys, not to make this any longer, I'm out of here. Let's do real quick, because I love it. It's fun. Let's do the countdown to leave.
29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
Good night, guys. I love you all. See you next time. Where's the end button?